Hey, right, we're live. It's heavy metal hangout time, and so far I'm joined by Sealey from Iron Void. The rest of the band should be coming in, and hopefully the rest of my people who normally hang out. I sent a few invites out to people. If people don't turn up and anyone else in chat wants to come on at any point, just ask, and if we know you, we'll drop you the link. So how's things going with you, mate? How's the band or bands?
Really good. Yeah, we just finished recording our latest album in Wales at Foal Studio.
Awesome.
Building. That was about a month ago.
Cool.
Went really well. We're just in the process of mixing it at the moment.
Right, nice. I was going to ask, because I thought maybe something was coming up, like maybe you'd been busy. I know it's been fucking hard to do anything at the moment, hasn't it? Because obviously we've had a year of Plague. Is there any Plague-related songs on the new album? Did that influence anything?
Well, yes and no.
The Black Death.
I think this album's definitely darker than Excalibur because of the times it was written in. Yeah, it's more of a doom record, I guess. There's a bit of a 70s hard rock influence, but we've had that from the beginning. But yeah, it's a bit darker in scope, I guess, this one. Cool.
When's it gonna? We're mixing it now. When do you reckon the first single's gonna like come out?
Well, we're gonna do a music video for one of the songs. We're going to do that late summer, early autumn. And the album's going to be released, I believe, in spring next year.
Yeah. Was it Dumanoid Records, is it?
No, Shadow Kingdom Records.
Okay.
Yeah. We released...
was that your label originally? The first album
was Steve's label, yeah.
Right.
We released Doomsday on Dumanoid and also Spell of Ruin, the first one.
Right, cool. yeah. I went to Elric's not drinking. This is my mate Elric, by the way. He does Into the Pit on Metal Devastation Radio. He comes on. He does some album rankings and stuff like that on this channel. But he always comes out for the hangouts. We do a vidcast on Thursday as well. Have you played the Iron Void on your Into the Pit, Elric?
I don't think I have.
Man, what do you like?
I know what I like.
What an asshole.
I have actually met you as it goes.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Yeah, you were playing, I don't know if you still are playing in Desolate Pathway.
I was, yeah.
Yeah. So I was friends with Mags, and I met you at the Hard Rock Hell.
Oh, yeah.
The versus Stoner, yeah.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Are you still doing you still doing Desolate Pathway or not?
No, I had to pack it in. When was that? The end of 2019. I was just too busy while Iron Void, really.
Quite a long fucking journey for you, wouldn't it be? Aren't they London based?
Yeah, they're based in Kent.
So it's even further.
More south.
We were kind of meeting halfway in the middle, rehearsing in Birmingham.
Oh, blimey. Yeah, fair enough.
I did play quite a few shows with them. I did like a short tour in Greece, like 3 shows over there. Played Hard Rock Hell, the Doom versus Stoner thing in Sheffield.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was just too busy with Iron Void, really. Here's Steve.
Hey, Steve. Welcome to the chat.
You're on mute, Sue. You're on mute, love.
Who's on mute?
Yeah, it's I can hear loud and clear. It's good to be on.
All right, cool. Could you rate a song? I'm not sure what that's about. Could you rate a song? I don't know. There's a random chat just coming in from.
I don't know which one, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure. This is someone on Twitch. Someone on Twitch. Yeah, let us know what you want us to rate. Maybe we can talk about it. Just get some. Yeah. So we're just talking about your new album. What have you got the name for it yet?
Yeah, it's called IV. It's the 4th album, so we've been very imaginative and come up with IV.
Oh, right, IV, you're right. Well, literally IV, as in the Roman numeral 1V. Because I'm going to say it IV from now on, like ivy, like the plant, because I always read Roman numerals as if they're a word. Just I don't know, it's just something stupid that I do. There's this band called Opera 9, and I always call it Opera X. I thought Opera X sounded better than Opera 9 anyway. So Ivy actually is quite a good name for a video. You can double it up. You do some Ivy on the background of the Ivy, and that's Ivy sort of reefed around it or something. That would be cool.
I thought it was going to be like intravenous or something like that. You know, the IV. You know, intravenous injection or something. I thought yeah.
Oh dear. I've got some people asking. I think they might be talking about my other series that I'm doing. I've been doing some video reactions on my channel quite a bit. I don't know if this is in relation to this, but I'll have a look at this video later on, and I'll have a look at it now. So I can't actually look at it now, but I'll try and look at it later because I can't actually copy from the chat here and find out what video is they're asking us to look at. So what's the video you're talking about doing for what's the first single going to be called?
It's a song called Grave Dance. Yeah, we're going to put together a music video, hopefully like end of the summer, early autumn.
Cool.
A few ideas. Yeah, we just need to get it sorted, really.
I don't know if Graham's already asked you, but I noticed you started the band around sort of 98, but then it kind of stopped, didn't it? Like for about 8 years. What happened there?
Well, yeah, the band formed in like November '98. We had Andy Whitaker on guitar, who now plays guitar in Solstice. Right. But yeah, we kind of split up in early. Well, I can't even remember when it was. It was some point in 2000. For various reasons. And then I just wanted to do some other stuff. I wanted to play like death metal because I was a big fan of death metal when I was younger. I played in a death metal band. Played in a black metal band for a while. That's kind of what I did in that period, like 2000 to 2007. And then one of my old friends, Russ, who was like the second drummer in Iron Void, he was jamming with Steve in a band called So Mortal B, and they asked if I wanted to jam with them, and yeah, we just started jamming, and that's how me and Steve started hanging out. Really, I mean, I knew Steve already, but we started jamming, and Russ ended up leaving.
Just trying to think how we joined. I'm not sure how we joined. I think he was just there in that building, and he knew the guys that ran it, and he knew guys that ran the rehearsal room, and he must have just been around, because I don't remember making a big deal out of him joining, but or maybe he joined because he knew you would. I don't know what it was, but yeah.
I think Russ was playing bass. And he wanted to play guitar, so they asked if I wanted to jam on bass.
I think that's it. Yeah, I can remember how we left.
Is that a good story?
Yeah, he just walked off stage in mid gig, didn't he? Never saw him.
Put his guitar down and buggered off.
Walked off. Yeah,
classic Spinal Tap moment. Also,
peacefully.
How many tracks did you have left to play? Did you just carry on without him, or?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
we just carried on as a free piece. And,
right, okay, that's not so bad. I thought it was just two of you or something. That would be a bit harder if it was just two. Yeah. This is Jake, by the way. We're not meant to do Jake yet. He's on here every week. He does Jake's Metal Chat. He was just chatting early on with Black Tar Superstar on his channel. But he chats to loads of people. He also does a podcast as well. So have you played Iron Void in your podcast yet, Jake?
No, not yet.
Oh man, it's cool. It's cool. No, this is the idea. We get people on
underground bands to play on.
We've normally got. Sometimes we've got like up to 4 people who do podcasts on this. So I like it's at least maybe 3 new podcasts who will find out about your band and hopefully play you in the future. You know, and also you can find out about the podcast, send them your stuff, and hopefully we'll get more plays, more kind of pushing your band out there. You know, that's kind of that's the hope anyway.
You know the difference with you and also Graham is your show is like 3 hours odd. We cram a lot on. My show's only a couple of hours, so
I go on for ages. Yeah, that's true.
So it's going to be a lot of Doom bands, and it might be a long one.
Yeah, that's right. You're saying you're doing a Doom special soon on your podcast.
Doom, mixed with traditional Doom bands and Death Doom, Doom Death, Sludge Doom.
Oh, someone else in the chat. I can see there. Scott, I don't know who's been there for. Sorry, mate, I didn't see you there. Right down.
He's there.
Yeah, how long was you backstage for?
No worries, I've only just joined.
Oh, right, cool. That's cool. I couldn't see it because on the way it's set up on StreamYard, you can see the 5 people on the top, and everyone below. Unless you scroll down, you don't see them.
Yeah,
so,
yesterday I was just like,
yeah. So you're the new. Well, how long have you been in the band for? You're kind of like new to me.
Please say 1 year, not new. 2. Is it 2? Is it 1 year or 2?
It's over 2, I think.
It's 2. Oh God, I was hoping it was still quite new, but.
All right, cool. I was going to I don't know if everyone's drinking beer tonight. I was going down to the off license, and I was thinking to myself, surely all Doom bands drink real ale. I don't know. It just popped in my head. I was thinking Doom bands.
I've got the red wine today. Usually real ale.
All right. How about the rest of you guys? Are you real ale?
I'm drinking Northern Monk, which is like.
All right.
Yeah, that stuff's pretty good. Yeah,
Cool,
we've had that in our beer show. Haven't we?
Yeah, we're a couple of them. How about you, Scott? What are you drinking tonight? Are you drinking?
I'm going to break from a tradition. I'm going for a big old thing of rum and ginger.
Nice. Rum and ginger. You drink rum and ginger?
Oh, yeah.
I drink that as well. I didn't know anyone else have actually drunk rum and ginger. I have it for Christmas. I like it. I have ginger wine, like ginger wine and rum. It's like double the alcohol. Nice. It's quite nice. It's
you double the alcohol.
Yeah, Stone's ginger rum, which is like, I don't know, it's not super strong, and then and rum as well. It's like warms the cockles as on a cold day, you know, which is always good. I don't know what else to ask about the band now. I mean, obviously you've done fuck. Well, I suppose you haven't done fuck all because you've got like everything recorded. Was it hard up there to get together and jam, or did you do it online?
We didn't rehearse online. We tried to do a couple of meetings using. We used Google, didn't we? Try and do like video meetings to try and sort out what we were going to do. But
yeah,
we booked. Well, we hadn't booked. We'd set aside a couple of months to finish writing, so we didn't cancel any gigs at all. We just didn't have any booked.
That's cool.
So we haven't cancelled anything to. Due to lockdown, we've just been kind of stuck in limbo, really. So we moved the recording. That's about all we did, innit? We moved the recording to this year.
Yeah.
To Easter, yeah.
That's cool. That's cool.
I think that's all we did. I think we had an earlier recording date.
It's true.
Yeah. So I don't know really. So no gig. I mean, what was it like up there for the corona anyway? Was it right fucking? I mean, no one's had any gigs to go to or play or anything. I mean, are you climbing the walls? Has it amplified the doom to like a by nth degree, or you just
been grim up north?
How grim has it been up north? That's a good one.
Yeah, there we go. Grim up north. There's a compilation CD.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose we escaped a lot of the harshness of winter because we were all indoors. But yeah, there's a couple of songs on there. Grave Dancer's got a bit of a sort of a kind of a rebellious theme to it. And there's one other song. I'm not going to talk about the lyrics to that. The other one, it's near the end of the album. It's not Last Rites. It's a different one.
Have you forgotten the name of your own songs?
I'm going to leave it as a surprise, yeah.
Have you forgotten the name of your own songs? I think you was typing there trying to... What's the name?
Lords of the Wasteland, yeah. I'm going to leave the theme of that a little bit of a surprise, that one.
Oh, cool.
But it's not a big... it's more of a sort of the mental health side of it, I think, that one. But
right, yeah, okay.
I tried a few different approaches. Start a lockdown, like stop drinking altogether for about 6 weeks, and I thought, this is going well, and then I just gave up and
you gave up, given up.
Worst 6 weeks of your life, wasn't it?
But, yeah, and then we started sort of changing our kind of attitude a bit. It took us till summer, I think, didn't it, to get rehearsing again.
Yeah, we had like 7 months off during the first lockdown.
We started wanting to go back. At first, we were okay, like because they closed the building and stuff, and then we started to think, well.
But yeah, when we came back, we started rehearsing for a bit, and basically the rehearsal room where we've been rehearsing for like the last, 10 years. Right. So it went bust because of the lockdown.
Oh yeah,
the rent and shit. So that sucked. Fortunately, it was only a couple of weeks, and we managed to find another place in Wakefield, with some old friends, various bands based in Wakefield. And basically, we just rent the building, and we can go down there pretty much whenever we want, which is pretty cool.
That's cool.
So it wasn't too bad, but yeah, I think it was pretty, it wasn't too bad for me. Like, I was just like at home. I was on furlough last year, but I was just going out for walks in the woods. I'm writing the album. That's kind of what we focused on. I know a lot of other people kind of lost their minds and shit, but we just kind of knuckled down and started writing. And
I knuckled down as well. Nothing but masturbating every fucking day. Fuck all else to do. It's like, man. Yeah.
I don't want to know about your masturbating. And I've actually met Scott before at Eradication Fest. Actually, I've met you before, Scott.
Yep.
Yeah, we have met before. I haven't seen you since then.
No, I'm elusive.
Yeah. Scott came on, I was like, who that is?
There's no kind of like overlying theme on all the songs this time, because Excalibur was like concept, wasn't it? Kind of.
Yeah. This album isn't a concept album. I mean, there's a few themes that kind of run through the album, I guess, which are kind of similar, but it's not a concept album as such. It's kind of, I would say this album is a bit more rooted in reality compared to Excalibur. Obviously, that was based on the King Arthur mythology. This is a much darker album, more doom, kind of more back to our roots, I guess.
Kind of half doom, half rock. Some rockers on there that mainly, I would say mainly Sealey stuff, unless I missed one off. But we had this idea of having a more simple production, and then we got there, and we ended up using a lot of Chris's suggestions, like his amps and stuff, So we've not done a lot of fancy sort of production, but he had everything set up, so he got there nice amps and stuff. So we were like, well, let's see what his ideas sound like, and we've kept a lot of his ideas, like the amp room there. You can just turn up as loud as you want. There's 13 miles from nearest village or something?
Yeah, it's in the middle of nowhere.
It's the darkest I've ever seen at night. It was just ridiculous. Couldn't see anything.
Cool.
Driving in there, I got lost driving in there. So you had to come out on foot and rescue me. I got stuck on a lane. I had to reverse back in pitch dark, try not to hit the little walls at the side. And
it wasn't one where you stayed there. It wasn't one where you stayed there for a week or something like that, was it? He was going back and forward every day.
No, we
stayed there. They've got a sort of.
I think we did 8 days.
Or accommodation.
That's cool. That's an experience.
Yeah.
So my laptop exploded there. The cut-off thing I was talking about. I decided
to cut off. I thought you frozen.
To do that earlier on Laptop Superstar, but luckily it didn't.
Yeah.
I kept getting the Wi-Fi thing going. It looks like it's about to cut out. I was like, oh fuck now.
Yeah, it's fucking technology, man. If what can go wrong will go wrong when it comes to technology. What about this new song, Grave Dance? I mean, you got any plans for what the video is going to be? Is it like, me and Elric take the piss a bit. Like, we've been doing a vidcast lately and playing like people's videos and that. And it's like, if we see another one based in a forest, we might explode. It's like they're all good, but it's just like
with videos.
You can't go wrong with a forest.
You can't go wrong with a bit of forest. No, it's true. It's the reason it's repeated a lot because it is a classic and it does look kind of cool. But I mean, I'm guessing you're gonna be like in a graveyard, but it's done.
How did you get
it's the clues in the name. It's either going to be in a graveyard or you're going to be dancing in a discotheque.
There's always a lot of music in graveyards.
It's going to be us dancing in flares.
I've got a fucking awesome idea. Like YMCA, but you can spell out grave instead. So they like grave dance. GRAVE. It's the hand movers are too awkward. I'm always thinking. Yeah. I'm always thinking I've got no band to do it in. That's probably why, because I've fucking too many stupid ideas like that.
No, we've got a few ideas for it. I don't want to go into too much detail because I think it'll spoil the surprise when it comes out. But
yeah, fair enough.
We want the video to come out at the same time when the album's released, kind of spring next year.
Yeah.
We want to work like filming it. Like I say, towards the end of summer, early autumn. Hopefully the weather will be a bit better than it is at the moment. But yeah, we've got some ideas for it. I don't really want to divulge too much about it because this is really the first time we've spoken about it.
Yeah, fair enough.
Really?
Have you got like anyone planned to do it for you? Is like a particular person who's good at making videos? Or are you going to do it all yourself? Is it going to be a labour of love for yourselves?
No,
we're not. Talks.
We're going to talk to various people about it because the last one was kind of a bit more DIY, I guess. The one for Lancelot of the Lake, and we want to step this one up a bit in terms of quality. So
yeah,
we're not gonna rush it. It's going to be a good video.
You said you're not expected to spring next year.
Yeah,
it's a long old fucking wait between recording and bringing it out. Is that just
happens every time?
Yeah, worth the wait. Yeah, I'm sure it will be worth the wait. But yeah, I've noticed that before. People sort of like bands like bringing something out, and then by the time it actually comes out, they've fucking written 2 or 3 fucking albums worth of new stuff because it's been so long.
Well, we have actually got pretty much 3 songs for the next one.
Yeah,
the one after this.
Bits and bobs, the half written, yeah.
But I think, what I've been told is that there's a delay with the pressing plant, the vinyl pressing plant.
Oh,
so it's just
because there's a big demand worldwide apparently for vinyl. I think it's pressed in the Czech Republic.
Okay.
But apparently, there's a big waiting list, and apparently COVID has exacerbated.
I don't think it's had any positive effect on anything. Old COVID, has it? I can't think of any positives. Some people got furloughed. That was quite good, I suppose. But yeah, other than that, all fucking negative.
A lot of bands though got the opportunity to write though.
That's true.
Well, that's very true.
Distractions.
The same for us.
Yeah. But yeah, they could have probably written anyway without being locked down. They're not able to see each other or go to the pub. And what have you missed most? Fucking have you go to the pub? Is that the thing that everyone's missed most about lockdowns?
It's gigs for me.
Knowing that they're not open, it's not the same as like, oh, I can't be. I'm knackered. I don't want to go because you knew they were open, so you knew you think, there's a gig on a Wednesday night. It's a work night, but you knew everything was open, didn't you? So you go, I'll pick one that I fancy. But went to I think Grand Magus Manchester was one of the last ones I got to.
Cool.
And I think that was a work night after work, and you thought, well, managed to get there and back, And then I think that was it because they were starting to get a bit strange where they were trying to put distancing signs up. And if you've ever been to Manchester Academy, you can't wash your hands. You can't distance. Everybody's crammed in, so it got a bit silly. And then they started. I think they finished the tour. That band. There were a few going to Europe. I saw their. I can't remember what band it was now. I think it was their tour where they just finished it like the week before the gig stopped. Yeah.
I know.
I'm not.
Death Angel all come down with fucking COVID on tour, didn't they? Did you
with
see
Testament,
that? Yeah.
That's the first time they realised. They played London and they were ill. But the interview with the Death Angel guitarist, he was saying he just thought they're ill. Their bus driver was being sick. And they just thought it was just like some sort of flu thing, and they would play and get off on adrenaline and then be really ill backstage. And they're like, well, this is a bit weird, and it turned out obviously COVID, and obviously they were touring with Testament, so they got it as well.
Yeah, fucking scary shit, man.
I saw him playing Bristol for
what Steve was saying though, he's right. Like just the fact of knowing that you couldn't do stuff, even though he was like, I'm quite happy to sit at home most of the time, but just knowing like, but I've got no fucking choice but to sit at home. I can't fucking go to the pub or phone someone up or go and visit my brother or whatever. It's like that's precisely what I think. It hasn't really bothered me that much because, like you say, just like the freedom to do stuff is kind of that's been the weird part, I think. The knowing. But
I think for us, we've just kind of missed playing gigs. The last gig we played was Portugal, Hard Metal. That was in January 2020.
Yeah.
15, 16 months since we played live.
Yeah.
That's the thing that we're really missing the most. We have got a gig confirmed in Edinburgh for 26th of February next year. So hopefully that'll go ahead. That's
fucking. Surely it must be all right by then. Fucking hell, please.
Can't go now. You're about gigs and festivals again.
It's like, if it's not going to be all right by February next year, it's just going to be too much, isn't it?
I think now, just going back to what you were asking, just going back to what you were asking, this is probably one of the hardest albums that we've written, in my opinion, because when I was writing stuff for this album, it was kind of like, are you ever going to be able to play this live?
Yeah.
It's a dark situation at times, and it's still not right, and I think that's kind of rubbed off on some of the materials. There's quite a dark vibe to it, I think.
Yeah, because we're all kind of still in that fucking no man's land, aren't we? Fucking, you could start organising gigs now, but there's no chance, for all we know, could fucking all get changed again. If you organise a tour, for the end of the year, suddenly it might all fucking blow up in your face again.
Yeah, exactly. There's just no certainty.
I think this weekend there's something on up in the Blackwood. I think Barry's doing something this weekend.
Wood.
Is that one of your local venues?
No, that's in Cumbria.
No, it's up in Cumbria.
Oh, okay. Not heard of that one.
I got lost there driving there as well. But
it's a venue. It's near Windermere, Lake Windermere.
Oh, okay, cool.
Nice.
Taking the sights while you're there.
Yeah. It puts on a lot of black metal events. We played there a couple of years ago now, I think.
Right. Well, going back to the Excalibur album, what brought on to do a concept? Was it something you've been reading at that time and thought, let's do a concept, or how did it actually come about? Did it just happened?
Well, I've been influenced by the King Arthur myth since I was a kid. My dad got me interested in that shit when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I'm a big Star Wars fan. Star Wars is pretty much like an adaptation of the King Arthur, in my opinion. But no, I've always been influenced by it, and I think what kind of spurred it on the imagination to do that album it's probably about 10 years ago now. I was on holiday in Devon, I think, one of my ex-girlfriends, and I was kind of bored one day, and I was looking at the map for places to go, and I saw Tintagel in Cornwall, which is
I've been there.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful place.
I went there as well once.
But allegedly, it's the birthplace of King Arthur.
Yeah.
So we went for a day trip to Tintagel, and it just blew my mind.
Yeah.
One of the most beautiful places in the British Isles, and very magical, and it kind of really piqued my imagination. And I said to Steve, when I was on my way back, I was like, we've got to write a song based on the King Arthur myths. But then I kind of came to realise that you couldn't really do it justice with just one song. So that kind of, the concept kind of grew from that. And the film Excalibur is one of the
fucking classic.
The John Borman 1981 film Excalibur. And basically I just started reading, like a 10-year period, I was reading shitloads of King Arthur literature, La Morte d'Arthur, Idylls of the King by Alfred Lord Tennyson, Once and Future King, T.H. White, and various other, a lot of Geoffrey and Monmouth, and that kind of contributed to all the inspiration for the lyrics and everything. And it was good to get it out of the system, really.
Cool.
But very proud of that album.
Yeah, it's interesting though that Arthur the fucking Excalibur movie was awesome, and like Jake, you were talking about Anil Nathrak earlier on. That came from the Excalibur movie. You know about that, didn't you?
Oh, did he? I didn't even know that.
Yeah, it's the chant that he does to raise the dragon's breath.
Really?
Yeah.
Anil Nathrak, Rufus Behard, Doc Hill.
You actually started to look like Merlin from that now. Actually, thinking about it, you started merge, transforming into him or something. Actually, now I think about it. He was really cool.
I want to retire in Wales and become a wizard. So
yeah, you should do, man. You should do. He was really good in that movie, the guy who played Merlin. But I never saw him again in anything else. I think he was more of a Shakespearean actor.
He's in Robin and Marion with Sean Connery. He plays Little John.
Oh, okay.
Has he got hair? Has he got hair in that?
He's got a little wisp of hair, yeah.
Yeah, so he has not got the headgear on.
But I mean, getting back to the Cornwall, I mean, that's like you're saying, it's a really beautiful part of the country. I used to go down there quite a lot. I actually did a tour of all the ancient monuments, like all the quoits and the stone circles.
Yeah,
that was really cool. But I went to Tintagel twice, and twice I wasn't allowed on the island because of the weather.
Yeah,
I wasn't allowed to visit it properly.
There's probably an ancient prophecy that warning them not to let you on, Elric. That's probably more like it. It's probably like an old tome written in one of the dungeons saying, "Ye Elric of London shall not be allowed entry."
They're just like, oh no, he's Elric's coming. Make the storm worse.
Yeah. Yeah, when you started saying that, I said, your fucking brain just comes up with stupid shit all the time. When you were talking about when you got the idea, you was in Cornwall. For some reason, I thought you was going to say, I found a sword in a stone. And I was like,
I chopped some.
You don't see that shit in Dewsbury.
That's true.
Mental.
So you still on your same record label, Shadow something or other?
Shadow Kingdom Records, yeah.
Yeah,
they released Excalibur, and they're going to release the next one, yeah.
Yeah, cool. What did you see that? It was like a King Arthur movie. It was. I mean, they made him. I don't know. They said it's the most accurate of what he would have been. He was like a Roman general or something. Did you see that one?
That's King Arthur.
Yeah, I think it was King Arthur. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think that's probably. I think that's probably a bit more.
Yeah.
What it would have been like.
Maybe. If I mean, there's no kind of like 100% accuracy of if it actually existed or not, is there? There's like a lot of it's fantastical, and I think that probably the closest depiction of what it was like was there's the Monty Python's Holy Grail. That's probably the closest the closest you can get.
I wonder when we're going to
I was hoping to get the Monty Python.
Next concert album.
Let's change the subject now, right?
Fair enough. You should have had like an intro or something. You should have had like a couple of clips from Holy Grail in the album. That would have been cool.
We did consider it. It's actually a really good film.
Oh yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
King Arthur, King of the Britons. King of the Britons. No, I didn't vote for you.
I didn't vote for you. It's just so great. It's just so brilliant.
You don't get comedy like that anymore.
No, it's absolutely bonkers. So did you do all the lyrics then? Are you like the lyric man? Because I know you got two singers, didn't you? But you and Steve both sing. How did that start in the first place? We just like, because quite often you're one singer or both people singing the same song, but you kind of take a song each or something. When I saw you live, and I remember seeing you
different sort of registers. Like when we got started again, Sealey joined out of the band. It was his idea. He had this idea of at least one person left, and then we decided the others weren't. How can we put this? They weren't great players, really. So we had to be a bit realistic about the way they sounded. And he says, "Well, why don't we reform Iron Void?" There's another story about that actually with a drummer, but so he's got a couple of songs like this might be the wrong song, but things like Answer Unknown, really old songs that he had got. And I think it might have been a case of, that's a bit low, I'll try it. And then we just ended up, and I had a couple that I'd written from So Mortal Be that were for my sort of range, and we just did it song by song, really. We didn't think like, it looks a bit, will it work, but it seems to, if you've got one person at each side at stage, it seems to work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
drummer was a guy who joined. Diz was in the band a long time ago, wasn't he, as well? Is that right?
Diz was the original drummer.
Yeah, so he ended up back in the band, but there was a guy when Sealey joined, and he said, when Sealey sort of reformed it, and he says, I'm not reforming your old band.
Oh, yeah.
So we just looked at each other and like, oh, he might end up leaving because these songs are like from 1998. So yeah.
Right. He wasn't happy.
No.
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. Can't please everyone.
Yeah, I don't really know what it
just
was.
came back. Yeah.
We like the dual vocal thing. We did have a guy who was singing in So Mortal B, but he was turning up to rehearsals off his tits on speed every fucking week.
Yeah, he was.
That's the wrong vibe for Doom, and it fucking you don't.
Oh, exactly.
Surely.
So, and it wasn't. He was like he was in his own band, like second to us. So we had to go. You know?
Yeah. I can see why.
Now, so there's no hard feelings or anything, but it's like we wanted to like be serious about this, and
yeah.
Basically, we got the guy who was playing drums. It was Jim Stanley, wasn't it? And he wasn't the best drummer, but we just wanted to press forward, and we had a few lineup changes when we were doing that So Mortal B stuff, and then I just invited Diz, who was the original drummer in Iron Void, to come and jam with us, and me, Steve, Diz, and Russ on second guitar. It was weird because like Russ was the second drummer in Iron Void, and then in So Mortal B he was playing guitar. But yeah, we had Diz on drums, Russ on guitar, Steve on guitar, and me on bass. And I don't know, originally it was just me, Steve, and Russ were doing vocals as well. So it was like even stranger, I guess, to begin with. And then we started playing some old Iron Void songs, and I suggested to Steve, look, perhaps we should change the name from So Mortal B to Iron Void, because we're playing these old Iron Void songs. And I kind of felt with the original band that we had a lot of unfinished business. We were hoping to record a demo when we first formed in like 98 to 2000, and that never happened. But I always thought the songs were really good. And we started playing some of them old songs when I was jamming with Steve, and we decided to change the name to Iron Void around late 2007, I think. And then we just kept playing, and I think Russ left at some point along the way. And then the next thing we did was we needed a demo, but as usual we were broke at the time. So we played a gig at the Leopard in Doncaster, and I think it was 50 quid.
They offered a service of we'll record your gig, for a small fee sort of thing.
Is that your first release? You got because I think it's a live album. Your first release,
2008, yeah.
2008. Live in Doncaster, right? That's
live in Doncaster.
That's exclusive.
Well, Steve lives in Doncaster, and I managed to escape from there.
Oh, so the band was called So Mortal B, was it? So Mortal B.
Yeah, it was named after the Spirit Caravan song.
Right. I thought you were saying So Motit B, because So Motit B, isn't that like part of a spell? So Motit B. I'm sure I've heard that said before.
Yeah. Also did a cover of Born Too Late by St. Vitus.
Yeah. That's on there, yeah.
As Scott ever said, when do I get to sing?
You've avoided it so far, haven't you? I'm from Buenos Aires. Argentina.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. You're not going to. He was thinking about it. It took a long time to answer. I think he was like, mulling that over a bit, thinking, maybe it's my time to shine. How do you decide like who's going to sing what song? Is like if you write the lyrics for the song, you're going to sing it, or do you sort of aim for?
We're going to go a bit Genesis next time. Next release, we're going to go a bit Genesis. I'm going to get on my Phil Collins.
Yeah, and then you're going to break away and become a pop sensation.
The Beatles of Doom.
That's where the money is. There's no money in Doom.
Yeah.
There's no money in Doom or Death. So
there's no money in any metal.
No money. Really get a job to pay for that.
So how do you choose then who's going to sing what song?
Well, I think originally when we started out, it was like kind of like it still is to a degree. Me and Steve will bring songs to the table, and we'll usually put our own lyrics to it, and we'll sing it. Excalibur, I wrote probably 90% of the lyrics on that one. Steve wrote Avalon, and he wrote some lyrics for The Coming of a King, but I pretty much wrote the rest of it. But this one, there's a couple of songs I think one or two that I've written lyrics for. Last Rites, and Steve sings that one. I wouldn't say I'm the main lyricist, but I've done the lion's share the last couple of records.
Right. Cool.
So we've got Last Rites was a bit like Lost Faith, where Sealey had got the title and the idea for the lyrics. I think, Last Rites would be your lyrics.
Yeah.
And Lost Faith had got the idea for the title and the music, but the lyrics were mine.
Yeah.
Well, most of the lyrics were mine. So sometimes he'll have an idea that he thinks will work for me to sing, whereas usually the stuff I sing is usually what I've written.
Right.
I don't usually write. I haven't tried to write a song and insisted he sing it yet.
Yeah, we might
try that.
Maybe
that's try that.
Yeah.
Write something lower that is too low for me. Just give it you. Yeah.
Or just like trolling by writing something really embarrassing and make him sing it. Like,
Give him credit for that one.
Yeah. Write a song called Male Pattern Baldness and like make him sing it.
I'll be next. We'll be Wrong Said Fred when we're both.
Yeah, you go.
Scott in the middle.
We're going for the crowbar.
Yeah, why not? Why not? I can't. Yeah, I'm not going to go there. It's only putting your legs anyway. But yeah, no, it's weird. That's just because like when you want to headbang, I'm not back on headbang that much anyway nowadays with a fucking crook neck. You know what I mean? But you got to have that. It feels like you feel like you got to have the hair fucking going back and forth. Otherwise, it feels like you're not headbanging. I don't know.
I don't have for anything tonight.
Does it feel different headbanging without hair? Does it
I'm not playing a gig since that haircut.
Yeah,
there's a picture of him with long hair there.
Yeah.
It's nice and curly as well.
Yeah.
I've had short hair and long hair, so I sort of know how that feels. But
me too. But it's a long time ago now. But me too. I just saved it all off once.
Picture thinking that's not the same bloke.
For the first time I saw you guys play, was it 2010 or something like that in London? And like I didn't know anything about you guys at the time. I really fucking enjoyed your stuff. I really enjoyed your set. And like I think I filmed the whole fucking set actually. It's been up 2010.
Yeah.
I think that's when Simon left.
Good quality actually.
It is pretty good quality. Is that when your drummer left? Is it?
No, the other guitarist. We had a guitarist called Simon. He left, and we just went and did a gig with all his parts missing. We were like, well, what can we do? You know.
Oh right, I didn't realise.
We'll just play without him, and nobody really noticed. So
no, I didn't know. He certainly sounded like that. He wasn't missing anything. You know what I mean? He certainly sounded fucking nice, fucking deal. I think I was. You can hear me going, yeah, in between songs like twat, you know. There might have been a bit of beer involved, you know.
There wasn't many people at that show, but it was a great show.
Yeah, there wasn't many.
Yeah, we had Mark Hegedus from the other band's label, and we were trying to get him to release our stuff, and he never did for whatever reason. I think he was winding his label down a bit by then, but he never signed us up. And
was that Iron Hearst? Iron Hearst's label, or
Iron Hearst and
Leather Nun America.
Leather Nun were both released by him on CD.
Right.
And I can remember the venue. I remember it being really like a really dodgy location, like there were bullet holes opposite, and we had a gang incident.
I can't even remember.
I think it was called the Grosvenor Arms. I think it was the Grosvenor Arms.
Somewhere in London.
Yeah.
Somewhere in London.
Yeah, it was just one stop up from Brixton. It was I can't remember where it's. Where's that? Stockwell. I think it's Stockwell. Yeah. Actually, my girlfriend was born in Stockwell. She lived in Stockwell as a kid, like, so she kind of knew it quite well. It was like you had to walk past like a dodgy estate with like kids, like cars on bricks, and like kids looking at you like they're gonna ask for protection money, that kind of shit. It did look a bit rough, didn't it?
Yeah, I think we did have to wander out a bit. We ventured out for some reason, and we had Andy Whitaker with us. He drove us. He's now, I think he's in Solstice now. He was in Solstice.
Okay.
And it wasn't too bad with like 4 people walking, but I don't know. I didn't wander off much.
No, you feel a bit out of your kind of like out of your comfort zone because you come to the big city and that, I suppose, as well. Kind of makes it a bit weird. Yeah, it is weird, like in London, because like when you feel all right in your own kind of neck of the woods, like because I live in East London, Leytonstone, and I don't feel any other people come from other parts of London. They go, it's fucking rough around here, and they go, is it? Oh, it just feels like normal to me. It's just what you're used to.
Everything's turning into hipster central anyway, so like things are on the surface is looking a little bit nicer, you know. So
hello, Metal Robot Reviews. How is everyone tonight? I'm all right.
Yeah, you come to Bristol, you go to some places, you just see a bunch of hipsters outside, just drinking coffee and whatever. It's like,
it's funny, when people often bands come to London.
What's going on?
Yeah, quite often when bands from out of London come to London, especially abroad, they automatically think, because London's such a big place with loads of people, their gigs are always going to be packed. It's really not the case.
No, unfortunately.
It should be, shouldn't it, with 9 million people, but it's
not
always the case.
Sometimes you get big bands coming in and not a lot of people turn up.
Yeah, I think the Grosvenor didn't have that many gigs on, because I know the guy from Ironhurst. I think I was chatting to him because I remember them. I used to do a club in East London, mid-90s or something, and they had a band called New Way of Decay, and he actually played with us. I think I got in touch with him because I was trying to get his old demo from his band or something like that, and he was talking about his new band. He's trying to get a gig in London. I mentioned the Grosvenor because I think he couldn't get any of the other like more kind of like normal venues. I can't remember how. I think the Grosvenor had started doing metal at that point, so I pointed him towards the Grosvenor and said, "Why don't you try there? Because they're putting gigs on now." So I think I kind of like it wasn't not the greatest venue in London.
That Grant from Ironhurst.
Yeah, Grant, that was his name. Yeah, Grant something or other. Yeah. But they're still going. And how was that tour? Because you did quite a few. You did about four or 5 dates, didn't you, on that tour?
No, that was a one-off show.
Oh, was it? Okay. Oh, well, that's me fucking.
Yeah, Andy drove us down.
And they were on tour in Europe. Ironhurst and Lebanon, America.
Right.
That was the last.
Right.
The last show of the tour. And, we played with them on that. But yeah, I know they were the bass player from Ironhurst. He was fucking knackered before that gig. I remember him saying,
"Yeah." Well, that's a long fucking way for you to come then, just for one gig. I thought you'd done like a tour with them. I thought you had been part of the tour. Did you come down? How did you get onto that then? How did you manage to? You just like, we need another band with iron in their name, so we can.
We were just mates with Ironhurst, MySpace days, and I still chat to Grant now, friends, you know.
They still going?
Yeah, still going. Yeah.
Cool. Because they were kind of a different kind of style to you. They weren't the same kind of level. They were kind of like Doom-ish, but kind of like Doom-light.
More like kind of Doom rock, I would say.
Yeah. They were pretty decent. They were pretty. I think I enjoyed your set the most out of the whole night, actually. So you was like second. Were you second on? Was you second on? Yeah, you were second on. Yeah. Ironhurst were on first, didn't they? That's right. Yeah.
I do remember the night before. I'd been out drinking in Leeds. I didn't get home till about 3:30 in the morning. I was like pretty.
Oh man!
And then I had a journey to London. So by the time I hit the station, I was fucking knackered, man.
Yeah, I bet you were. Yeah. Back in the days when you were young and dumb and fucking thought was invincible. Yeah. We all done that. Fucking drinking all fucking night and oh man. Yeah.
Do that now.
You get older and wiser. I know. I certainly have. I'm going to go and get another beer, guys. You think of something to talk about? I'm fucking get another beer.
The weather.
What?
I thought you were being older and wiser, Graham.
Yeah, it's only one night of the year. Well, week. One night of the week.
Yeah.
So that grey bloke, what a dick.
Yeah, he's a whack.
I'm glad he's got.
Well, he actually did come into the chat. He actually did comment on the Black Tar Superstar chat. So did Elric. So thanks for that.
They're cool guys. Are they coming on back? Because he was saying he might.
He might come on, but I don't know if he's coming yet. But
have you played London much since that gig?
Yeah, a couple of times. We played the Black Heart.
Oh yeah,
Black Heart's a good venue.
Yeah.
The last time we played, I think, was Desert Fest warm show.
Desert Fest.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Desert Fest, I still need to go.
Yeah, it's great Desert Fest. I don't know why I didn't catch you there. I did miss one Desert Fest, probably the one that you were playing. But yeah, it's a cool festival, that Desert Fest.
You played the Unicorn a couple of times as well. I remember you played the 15th of November 2014 and the 29th of October 2015. I seem to recall by looking at my videos on YouTube.
That's very accurate. You got a better memory than I have.
That's right. You played with King Heavy. That was a good gig. I remember King Heavy were really cool. Was it from Chile or something like that?
Some of them are from Chile and
Lucy's from Belgium.
Ah,
I was going to say King Gizzard Lizard Wizard.
Yeah, no, King Heavy because they're King Heavy. You know, I thought that was a good name. I thought that was a good name. That was it's like an old boy singer, isn't it? It's like he looks like fucking Merlin, proper Merlin, or fucking Gandalf. Yeah,
he's my spirit guide.
But they were good though. That was like, I mean, every time I see you guys, I always fucking get a good fucking groove on, man. I always enjoy seeing you guys live. So hopefully when this fucking corona shite's over.
Sorry to interrupt. We played the Unicorn with Goatess as well.
That
was the other time I played London, but the last time was 2017. When we played with
so we'd be keen to kind of play again, won't we?
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah. I feel like I've missed out now. I saw you in fucking 2010, 2014, 2015. I missed you in 2017 or whatever it was. I feel like a fucking let the side down now. It's like, I don't, my loyalty card fucking's got a fucking tick missing. It's like bollocks. I missed the gig.
Graham, we should get Alan on board with Retribution.
Yeah, that's a good point actually. Alan, we know, guy puts on gigs every month in London. So yeah, we'll put a word in. We'll put a word in for him.
Yeah, just type up on Facebook Retribution Alive, and it's like at the moment it's online, but it's a selection of gigs he plays all around London.
Yeah,
and it's like mixed lineups. It's like you could have a doom band, a black metal band, a death metal band, all on one sort of little mini festival.
Sometimes they do like a theme kind of night.
Sometimes,
he did some, like he did a couple of doom ones, pretty much doom only, didn't he? When he back at he gets different venues every time. But yeah, I'll have to message him. So
Tunguska is the next one.
Yeah,
and,
did you?
He's got Demon actually. You know, the old new wave of British heavy metal band. He's actually got quite a big deal.
Playing in June, the first actual proper gig coming up in June, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hopefully,
Demon.
Demon.
The Demon, you know. Yeah.
Hopefully, the first.
Where we start talking about the Wobble.
Yeah. The Wobble.
Hopefully, the first proper gig for me will be the one-off special Metal to the Masses.
That's like dinner.
That's July though. Sorry.
Battle of the Bands, isn't it? For Bloodstock, if it goes ahead.
Bloodstock, if it goes ahead.
Have you guys ever played Bloodstock?
I'll let Steve answer this one.
Well, Sealey's approached them. Sealey's approached them in the past, and when we were recording, Chris mentioned one of his. I think Conan played there at one time, and he was talking about an interview he did there. But you know, he was sort of saying like, it's good that they've got a British sort of festival, but his experience of it was like, compared to Europe, he was kind of like, it was just another date for him. But for us, it'd be quite good for us to get on there. It probably makes sense for a band like us to be in the tent, I would say, not on an outdoor stage. They've only got two, haven't they? So it'd be the
shoot for the moon, Steve. Your body will be a monument to your failure.
Did you get an email? You got an email back saying we're not interested at the moment, but they didn't give us any specifics as to why. And it was like sort of Excalibur era.
We've had a few requests from fans for us to play at Bloodstock. I've sent them a couple of emails and they don't seem to be interested in true doom metal.
You're not noshing the right cocks, mate. That's what it is. You need to be noshing the right cocks to get onto those kind of.
We don't have the contacts. We're not. Don't know all the journalists. Are there any journalists left? Actually, that's a good question. Are there any journalists left? Gravy Train's dried up on it now, so.
Well, there are a couple of them, but they seem to be joining the Stoner train. But I reckon they'll come back around.
Yeah. What I would say about Bloodstock stage-wise is I always recommend the Jägermaster stage, which is funny enough the smallest stage, but it's right in the middle of the field.
Really small.
And everyone coming from all the other stages like goes past it, and you listen.
Isn't that the acoustic stage? Isn't that the acoustic
No,
stage?
it's a metal stage.
I think I saw Voodoo Blood on that stage one year.
I discovered bands there because you walk up. You can't do that with any other stages. So I always say if you're a newest band or want to get noticed, I always think that stage is quite cool. But I've
seen Witch Sorrow playing one of the tents at. You guys like
they play
fucking just as good as them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You should fucking get on there if Witch Sorrow can.
Nick works for Kerrang.
Oh, does he? Kerrang? Surely that's got to be a detriment, not a fucking bonus, hasn't it? Working for Kerrang? Jesus Christ.
No comment.
Yeah, he's the dream guy for Kerrang, I guess. I don't know. Witch Sorrow are cooler. I like them.
We're friends with Witch Sorrow. They're good friends of ours.
Cool.
I'm actually speaking to Nick at the moment about doing a show next year. So.
Yeah,
they were great at Bloodstock. I seen Sophie Lancaster.
Ask him what cocks you got to suck to get on at blinking Bloodstock. Ask him the secret. Who have you got to give the reach around to get to Bloodstock? These are the questions you need to be asking. Bit of politics, mate.
You should be our manager.
Yeah, I could do all the noshing for you. My 70s, my 70s pussy fucking muffed beard. I could definitely.
I know loads of people that work there, but not like higher up in the echelons.
Yeah, the inner circle.
Not the inner circle. But
I kind of preferred it when it was indoors. To be honest, I enjoyed it more when it was indoors. You can go to stay in a hotel and I can't fuck with camping anymore. I've not been there for a good few years. Yeah, it's too much like
2010, and it hammered it down.
Yeah.
I go to festivals. I can't even bother to get pissed because you've got to fucking queue up so much. It's just like, I can't be fucking. It's so expensive.
It's there.
Yeah.
My mate did this when we first went to Bloodstock. Just first year we went, it was 2010. He got all his beer, drank them all, and as soon as we got in to the festival and went into Asgard where we camped for the first 5-6 years, we were putting the tent up and he kept smacking his hand with the mallet. Fuck my life, because he was so pissed. I was like, you put yourself in this mess. I'm not taking you out. Not getting you out.
Yeah.
I remember.
Worst thing I did
there, saw a pig's head in one of the fucking toilets.
Oh yeah, and you're saying probably from Mayhem.
Mate, the Mayhem played there.
They were just
Mayhem played.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No former prime ministers on the premises there.
Getting a nosh off the pig head. Yeah, why not? Yeah. When in Derby, do what the Derby people do. That's what I say.
David Cameron's favourite band is Pig Destroy, and it's basically lyrics.
That reminds me of a moment when Aaron got extremely pissed. He was doing a similar thing, like "fuck my life." He was all annoyed and pissed off. And then he jumped. Then he just jumped on the top of his tent. He just jumped on his tent, destroyed his tent.
Oh man, my brother fell on someone's. He fell on Neen's tent once. He was absolutely fucking mat-ass. Tripped over a guide rope and fucking decked it through her tent while she was in it, and she had to sleep in a fucking flat tent for the rest of the night.
And your old flatmate Dan was. I remember one year was trying to get into everyone's tent. That was pretty hilarious.
Oh, what was she? Okay, I don't know about that one. I don't know that one. Like, my worst thing was like waking up on a Friday morning. I was like, "Oh fucking hell! I missed Testament, man." It was like, "No, you didn't. You were watching them. You were fucking getting down and raging to them." There's pictures. He's like, "Hey, look, it's the pictures we took while I was watching Testament last night." But I was just fucking completely forgot that I'd actually seen them. It's like fucking the retroactive fucking amnesia when you've had a few beers, and I couldn't remember at all watching Testament. But apparently, I was watching the whole fucking thing.
Remember now?
No, I apparently had a fucking really good time watching them, but
maybe you'll have a flashback at some point.
I need to get to the right amount of. I've got my theory. You need to get to the right amount of booze that I had when I was watching, and I'll probably remember them. It's like different levels of consciousness depending on how many pints you've had. So I'll have to get to the right point of. I think we were drinking like tequila mixed in with something else. Fucking just because. Yeah,
that'll do it.
That'll do it. Yeah. So I need to get back on that again, and I'll probably go. Oh, I remember that Testament gig now. That was really good. But then I'll sober up and completely forget it again. So
every morning,
the object.
It's like, oh, it's 9 o'clock.
And they're, it's cool actually because of the lockdown. Bloodstock, if it happens, are actually putting on an extra day for free.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
sort of
it's
gesture,
got some merciful fate, Paul. Though.
Yeah, I was gutted about that. I really wanted to see them.
Yeah.
And Finance were playing. I don't know if they still are.
They're still on the. But like someone else pulled out recently, didn't they? Was it Dimmel Ball Gear pulled out and got replaced by Cradle of Filth?
Right. Creator got added.
Yeah.
Right.
It's quite surprising because they're from Germany. Like, but
I'm happy with
We thought that too.
my favourite
To be fair, it's a shame they've gone with Cradle of Filth rather than maybe one of the underground acts like Hecate Enthroned.
Yeah.
Maybe Ray and Erebus.
Yeah. I like
we're not. I don't think we're main stage material. We're not to that sort of
no.
Not standard, but that
They do
popularity. Underground as fuck because people don't like us.
They do seem to like fucking regurgitate the same bands over and over again, though, didn't they? They should give new bands more of a chance. But look at Evil Scarecrow. They opened up the fucking main stage quite a few times when no one even fucking knew of them. And there's no reason like some guys like you couldn't open up the main stage like fucking 1 o'clock or in the afternoon when there's only 10 people in there with hangovers.
No. Evil Scarecrow seem to be the festival band, don't they? I think they've played every year consistently since 2016, 15, something like
quite
that.
a few bands get promoted, didn't they? Because I remember seeing bands start off on the New Blood stage and work their way out. I remember Beholder sort of started on the New Blood, went Sophie, then went main stage. But
Evil do that too.
What's that?
Evil do that.
Yeah, Evil. Yeah.
Evil did that. Yeah, definitely.
But,
I was saying for black metal bands to play the main stage for this year, if it goes ahead, I'd say get Watts in again. They did play the Sophie stage, or maybe just put on the Sophie stage again.
Didn't they have a winter fill-off on a couple of years ago on one of the main stages?
Yeah, I think they're playing this year, aren't they? Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I remember it was 2018. Nightwish was the last main headliner on the main stage. And I was like, oh, Wattane's going to be on soon. And I enjoyed Wattane more than I did Nightwish.
Right.
To be honest.
Quite impressive Nightwish.
Yeah.
Kind of Nightwish, to be fair. So I was like, Wattane, much better.
Yeah, I don't mind Nightwish. One of my exes used to like them.
And that's about it, really.
So Hammersmith Odeon.
Yeah. I'm not like that big a fan, but when I see them live, I thought, oh, they're actually really good.
That was in the second singer, wasn't it? That wasn't the original singer. I saw him in the original. The first singer?
Yeah. I think it was probably the best singer they've had, actually.
Yeah, big. I prefer. What's that other gothic metal band that they played there once? Oh shit, I can't fucking remember. They were good. Xandria. I think it was Xandria. No, was it Xandria played there? Oh no! Oh fuck it. Who knows?
Too many. Within Temptation.
Too many bands. Too many beers. It's fucking hard to remember them. Are you guys when you actually play live? Have you got like set rules? Don't fucking drink too much before we go on, or do you just like? Has there been some fuck me? I should have drunk quite so much as I had before playing kind of stories.
Yeah, we've had a couple of gigs like that, but we're trying not to. On the whole.
Felfoot Wood, the Cumbria one where we stayed over in like a little cabin, was a bit like that. Where it went well, but it was more a case of like we were enjoying playing probably more than the quality of what we were actually playing, because we brought, we'll bring a few, like a box of 10 cans of ale, it'll be past time because it'll be a long time before we play. It'll be fine. We'll just sit and relax, back at room. And, by the time we played at about 9:30, something like that. We'd been there all day, and we just ended up
most
not
shows,
playing as tight as probably we should,
most shows.
I think that was the Rick James party that knocked you
That was the Rick
sideways.
James party,
yeah.
yeah.
We had some funkadelic pre-show music going on and a few drinks.
Yeah. Trouble is sometimes when you've had a few beers, you think you're fucking playing better. You think you're fucking rocking, and the next day everyone goes, "You were a fucking cunt last night. You played like shit. You played the same fucking riff like fucking 10 times, and you should have stopped it after 2."
Picturing that episode of Family Guy where Lois and Peter think they played a good show, but really it goes back to it. They're just going, That's what I'm picturing. It's like,
at least we all played the same songs, eh? Right songs at the right times.
Oh yeah, our set was amazing last night. Not what I saw. What did you see? I saw this.
I have actually had that before. Actually, I remember like announcing a song, like, and I was a singer, and I was about to announce a song, and I started playing, and I got to that, and I was like, hold on, I got about fucking 2 riffs in, I'm like, this isn't the fucking song I said we was going to sing now, we was going to do now, and I had to fucking work out what it was, like, on the fly kind of thing, because I was in my head we was going to play the song that I fucking announced, but apparently we weren't going to do that.
Was that your last gig or back in the day?
No, it was fucking right back in the day when we played a festival, a little mini fest in Uxbridge? No, Uxbridge. No, it wasn't Uxfest. It was Farrock Music Festival.
I'm just going to go on a mission. I won't be long.
Yeah, go for it, mate. Go for it. We'll ask your 2 bandmates what's your worst. What's the worst characteristics? Yeah. Mate, while you were away, we'll let you talk about you while you're away. So, is it true? Is that a total wanker? Tell us, guys.
Tell us. Give us all the dirt. You're being absolute prick.
But it all seemed to come back to kind of normality again.
What is normal?
Well, yeah.
But hopefully we get back to normal in terms of gigs and stuff. So
yeah, ideally. I mean, we've got that Scotland one. I think we were talking one other one, Nottingham. I think. Nothing set in stone though. But
it's a possibility.
I went to the Rock City venue there. It's really cool, man.
What about local? What's your local scene like? And has any venue shut down because of fucking, not being able to put gigs on? There's
been a couple in West Yorkshire that have shut down. There's a couple in Wakefield have shut, I think, because they were relying on sort of weekly boosters really to stay open. I would say they're not really, because Leeds would get your bands touring coming in. And
Leeds is really good for that. Yeah.
There's more locals going out every week. And without that, I think they've just lost money. And
I think they've lost the will to actually go out and about anymore.
What's it like in your area? Because I remember, was it Junkie John from Galway in various bands? He lived in Beverley. He lived in Hull. Kind of your kind of area. And he said that all the locals are a bunch of wankers, like they're all the normals, all the fucking lager louts and all that. You reckon they were total assholes?
Same as any small town or any place, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's always going to be like
one time in Bristol, there wasn't very many gigs going on for whatever reason that was. There wasn't any like big bands coming through, which was a bit weird.
Is that a kind of thing though? Like in your kind of neck of the woods, like you get the fucking normals looking for someone to have a fight with after pub kicking out. Because I remember I went up to Shildon to see Holliside a good few years ago, and the guy who was the place I was staying at, like he was like, "Oh yeah, be careful with it late at night because once the pubs kick out, there's a bunch of hairy knuckled twats looking to twat anyone who looks different." It
used to be like that. I suppose I found that being a little bit older, sort of in their eyes, it was sort of like just like an old fart that's sort of a bit more less visible to them. Like you sort of feel a bit invisible, whereas when you're 19 walking down the street, I used to get loads of hassle, and with the beard and the sort of flecks of grey hair coming in, they just sort of walk past you. And as long as you don't do anything,
Right.
It just seems it's just an us, an old guy walking past. Where when you're sort of 20 or 21, you're in real trouble, you know.
People looking at people that just don't do anything. They're just like.
Good point, actually. Yeah. I've been to Wakefield. And it was fine. You know?
I never had any problems there. I never really had any issues in Wakey. I did in Doncaster, obviously, but
I've been to Leeds and Sheffield. I've had no problems there.
I've been to Castleford as well. I actually quite like Little Castleford. It's funny because it's like they've actually got a rock pub, and there's only like a handful of pubs in Castleford, and there's like one. There is a rock pub there. It's really cool. I can't remember what it's called. Red Lion, I think. But yeah, pretty cool.
Red Lion here in Bristol.
Fucking Red Lion's got to be one of the most fucking well-known pub names, isn't it, in the world?
Yeah,
it's the Red Lion.
It might be White Line actually, but
okay.
Bristol has the Griffins, so you go in whenever.
I've got sudden like feeling that I want to look up what's the most fucking. I can't say words now. What's the most popular pub name in the UK? I'm gonna look it up.
There'll be something daft like the Eagle and Child or something really.
No, surely not. I reckon the Queen's Head or something like that.
King's Head.
Right.
The 3 Tons or something.
Well, you don't have a pub called the Queen's Arse.
Right. The most popular pub name is the Red Lion.
The Red Lion. There you go.
Yeah. Can you guess the second one though? Can you guess the second one?
White Tavern?
No.
King's Head.
No, coaching horses. We got coaching horses in Leighton. Every time I went in the coaching horses in Leighton, there was always a fight. Every fucking single time I went in there. The White Hart. No, not the White Hart. Thanks for playing, Rachel.
Yeah.
No, it's the Royal Oak. The Royal Oak apparently is the second most. Okay. Yeah. I can't think of any Royal Oaks that I know, but it does sound like a pub name I've heard. I can't think of any actual Royal Oak pubs that I know, but yeah.
Isn't the Royal Oak over the is it James the First who's supposed to have hidden in a tree?
Is that what it is? Okay.
I think that's what the Royal Oak's supposed to allude to.
Is it James or Charles?
Charles.
James the First or Charles the First? It was the Scottish one, wasn't it? Was it the Scottish king trying to get away?
It was the one that the Cavaliers beheaded. No, the Roundheads, sorry. The ones that the Roundheads beheaded.
I need to look it up now. We're going down a pub-related rabbit hole.
Yeah, I was thinking of the Old Crown in Birmingham. I've just had a quick look. That's the oldest pub.
King Charles II of England. King Charles II.
Yeah. It was in Bristol's the Hatchet.
Yeah, the Royal Oak is the English oak tree within which the future King Charles II of England hid to escape the Roundheads following the Battle of Worcester in 1651. There you go.
Well, I got some of it right, so half marks.
Yeah. I think I said Charles, though. I don't know. I think I said Charles. Yeah. That's interesting. They've got a district called Royal Oak, and they have a Red Lion pub there. So it works.
The district's called Royal Oak, and the pub's called Red Lion.
So anyway, that's enough chat about what Sealey gets up to in his personal time from the guys. I can't believe some of the think, oh man, that's shocking. Yeah. Really? Midgets? Oh, well, anyway, whatever floats your boat, mate, you know?
I could have heard the shocking things as I watch.
Oh dear.
What's your best gig you've ever did? I know you've not done an awful lot,
but I might let's see if Sealey's got one. He's on mute though.
Oh yeah, he's on mute. He's swearing at us.
You can tell I have to do these at work, don't you?
Almost different.
I'm back. I think Hammer of Doom was probably our best show.
That's a good thing.
Is that Greece?
No, Germany.
Germany.
Yeah.
I remember making a mistake on that one.
We were supposed to play with St. Vitus, and we were really looking forward to it because St. Vitus obviously a big influence on us. And the day of the show, we found out they weren't able to make it. They missed one of the connecting flights, and we weren't able to play. But we were on second. We got a great reception. There's about 1,000 people in the audience, and
it was still they were still coming in, weren't they, when we were playing? I think. But I remember it being like probably one of the best sound we've had, and they had. We didn't tell them to do this, but I noticed they changed the lighting colours for each song. So they've got kind of the green and purple for the Doomsday stuff, and the red lights for the early stuff, which is probably what I would have asked them to do.
Wow.
Very well organised in Germany. You know, they did it without really needing to be told. They
treat the bands like royalty over in Europe, didn't they? Like fucking
lots of free beer.
We played a show in Belgium one time. I think it was 2013. And they filled the fridge full of beer backstage.
Oh, we had one in each pocket and one in your hand. I'll just go and get a beer.
So
you've got 3.
Beer. And we emptied the fridge and they filled it back up again.
It's a magic fridge. It's a magic fridge. You can take your beers out.
All the beers and go back to
Remember the guy we had on last Heavy Metal Hangout, Promethean guy? He was saying that Belgium was just the best place he's played.
Yeah, that's true.
Treated so well.
Yeah. Because I put on gigs for a while, and like when they said, "Oh, you got to have food for," like we didn't have that many like big bands over in Europe, and it was like, "Oh, you got to get the food for them," and like I was like, "Really? We never fucking do that for any of the bands here," because obviously I was kind of new to it anyway. But it is like that though in England, like they give you a gig and that's it, like more or less, isn't it?
You get paid even.
You have a packet of Port Scratchings.
Yeah,
we had,
they're only a month out of date.
We had one of them supermarket. Like a own brand supermarket pizza cut into slices, and that was our food in Birmingham one time.
That was our gourmet meal.
You can have another slice if you want. Oh, thanks.
I'll tell you a funny story. We played in
we can't offer you a good meal, but we'll give you Twiglets.
Yeah.
I'll tell you a funny story. We played in Dublin. It was Emerald Haze Festival, and we got took to this restaurant after the show. I can't remember what time.
Oh, they fed us, didn't they? They bought us I think they bought us a meal.
Was it an Italian restaurant or something? I can't remember. But anyway, the guy who ran the place, he looked like a regular dude, but apparently he was a heavy metal fan. So it was like a Saturday night. We finished playing, and the promoter took us over the road to this posh restaurant. And we had a table to ourselves and all this shit. There's like all these families in there dining on a Saturday night, and they had all this kind of gentle romantic music on. And we sat down, and he started blasting Deep Purple loud as fuck. And like everyone in the restaurant were like staring at us.
Like it was your soundtrack you brought with you.
Yeah. But he fed us well, and we had a great time. Yeah.
Do you ever get any like rip-off stories? You ever going to the promoter for some money and he's like fucked off?
Yeah, that happened in Wales actually when we played with Beastmaker.
Right.
Where did we play? We played somewhere near.
It was quite about a 5-hour drive to Cardiff, and he put us up. He got us like a travel lodge room and everything, which all got paid for. So that took some of his budget. And then, obviously, we'd driven down there thinking, oh, well, at least we'll get that covered, you know.
Yeah, petrol money.
And he said something about, what was his reasoning now? It cost him that much to put the gig on. And the numbers were down. He paid Beastmaker whatever he'd agreed. And he had nothing left. But didn't he agree to pay us as well? He had some sort of other agreement with them, I think, where he had to pay them, you know, because they were the headliners.
At the end of the show, he just disappeared.
Yeah, it took his little cash box. And
security guy, where's the promoter gone? He's like, oh, I saw him about an hour ago.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
Never heard of him since.
But we had, we had the place to stay and everything, so not too bad. But we've had quite a few of them, like smaller gigs locally, you know, where there's nothing written and it's all sort of handshake, and they just haven't got any money on the day. Like 10 people turn up, and 5 of them are in the support band, you know. Yeah.
And, I had that fucking plenty of times, but we never made anyone we made a commitment to. We always made sure we honoured it, but like most of the time we said, well, you'll get paid depending on how many people come in, kind of thing. That's how we tended to do it.
Graham, I have a question for you. Since this is Heavy Metal Hangout, are we going to listen to any heavy metal?
We can do. I'll try and if you know
this chat.
No, it's chatting as well. We're hanging out and chatting, man.
I know, but
give me a hard time.
We need a song, don't we?
I was going to wait till I finish my beer. I'm going to go and get my next beer. I'll play a song when I get my next beer. How's that? That's probably the
Actually,
no. I'll fucking play it now. I want to listen to it. It's some band called Iron Void or something. I Am Void.
This
At
is
the
Iron Void.
Never heard of them. They're at the Grove now. I'm not even sure what song I'm downloading now, but this might be a song you haven't played in fucking 10 years. And you're like, what the fuck did you choose this one for? It was completely random, but here it goes.
Hey, we gotta buy weed, you know what I mean? We need money for weed.
That's it.
Right, this is 2 songs in one, but this first one's one that I'm going to sing. This is called Eye for an Eye. technical trouble over the bass. I don't know.
All right, bit technical.
Young punks they were then.
I think Scott and Steve disappeared then when I was playing. That was obviously not the right song to play. I say Steve disappeared. What was going on there? Was that the wrong song to use?
Still got the. I don't know if you can see it. The Bluetooth on, so I can still hear it. But yeah. But yeah, that was the Ampeg STV, I think. We realised they're quite good for recording, but not very good for touring. It must have been Leather Nun that brought that.
Right.
And it was just breaking down on them. Yeah.
I didn't watch that. I didn't watch that back before I played it. I just chose one at random. So
you couldn't hear it though.
It was a good gig.
Yeah,
I couldn't hear it on the recording, but I remember it. Some bass issues. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Did you have a little bit of a bass issue after that? You had to stop for that little while, didn't you, to sort that out? I can't remember now. Yeah, that gig. I think it was like a little bit of a, I don't know, 5-10 minutes, say maybe.
I can't remember.
No, I can't remember now. Fuck knows. Is that song still in your set, or is that one you fucking discarded years ago?
We discarded that one years ago.
So
it still has the lyrics for that one are still very relevant.
I think that just died out when we changed drummers. When Richard joined, we just built a new set around what he'd learned. He must have learned a couple of them off Doomsday. He learned Devil's Daughter, didn't he? Kept that one.
Path to Self-Destruction, he played that.
Yeah, so 2 or 3 from that album, and then a couple of old ones. Yeah. And all the new stuff, yeah.
There are quite a few drummers. Is it a Spinal Tap thing? He's like, he's got likely to like, you know, like
blow up,
combust or something like that, like spontaneous combustion or something.
Yeah.
Like, at any point.
It's just going to go up in a plume of smoke in a minute. I don't know what it is, but yeah. It's like, I don't know, some bands like Autopsy, they've always had an issue with bass players, but for us it's drummers.
Right, yeah, it does happen, doesn't it? But I wonder if, like, because it's like, you got put up when you went to WoW. I was just thinking about you got put up to WoW. But the fact that there's only 3 of you, make it easier for you to sometimes get some things like that, because it's like, we only need to give them one room, because it's like, right, you know, maybe easy for you to get.
We don't need the same room, because me and Steve both snore.
Right.
Yeah. Especially if we've been drinking.
Yeah.
So good combination.
But if you've all been drinking, it don't matter, because you just fucking sleep through it, you know, and that's the. You can tops and tail in the same bed.
When you wake up in the morning, you're hungover and Steve's hungry. It's not a good mix, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That happens though, man. Happens.
We did get a room each at Foal. That was good.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool.
So I missed earlier actually, like about what was going on with the band now. Did you say you done an album or recorded?
Yeah, it's coming in spring. It's coming next spring though. There's quite a long gap in between. Oh, what am I telling? Why am I answering your question?
Yeah.
we just finished recording
the
album. It's the 4th album. It's coming out next spring on Shadow Kingdom Records. In the meantime, we're going to be working on a music video.
Yeah.
There's not a lot we can really do. We've got some gigs planned for like early next year, and the album's hopefully being released in the spring.
Yeah. It's quite a long way ahead, isn't it? That I bet you want it out a lot earlier.
Well, if we could, yeah, it'd be great. But we've got to get the music video done, and it gives us time to rehearse, I guess. So I guess when we do come back, we're going to be hopefully shit hot on our instruments.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck knows I need to learn how to play in the meantime.
We've got the artwork to do, and very close to mastering out. We've just got to get some last minute changes from Chris when he gets a chance.
Finalising the mixes at the moment.
Yeah. I was thinking about the Devil's Daughter. Was that a Hammer movie? The Devil's Daughter.
Yeah, it was kind of influenced by Countess Dracula. That film.
Yeah, Countess Dracula's great film.
Ingrid Pitt.
Yeah,
but also based on the, obviously the kind of subject matter, Countess Bathory.
Yeah. There's something like really kind of like, you know, that the old Hammer movies like lend themselves to like the old school heavy metal and doom, don't they? Really.
Well, for us personally, it's kind of important to us because like Cathedral kind of started it with Hopkins, and Captain Clegg, and we kind of wanted to carry on that tradition, but with Hammer films.
Yeah.
We feel like because we're a British band that we should represent British horror, you know.
Yeah. Do you remember? Did you ever hear the Hammer horror album by Warfare?
No.
They did a whole album like dedicated to Hammer horror. It has even got. I think it was even come out on the Hammer fucking label.
It came out on Warhammer, didn't it?
Can't remember
Warhammer. Warhammer had a label back in the 90s, or maybe.
Yeah, they did all their own artwork.
There's a really awful metal release that came out on that.
Is that it?
Space Marines, something to do with that, or 40K.
Okay.
It's on YouTube, but it came out on the Warhammer Records label, and it's just really bad. It's just really bad.
No, I was talking about the Hammer Horror Records label. I think it's not the Warhammer, but Hammer. I think they did like a label just for the Warfare album.
Oh right,
yeah. Sorry,
you sent me a link, right?
A link. Oh, it's very old. I can go and dig it up. I think it was like 90s or something. It's got like Peter Cushing and Christopher Lee on the cover. I'm sure it came out via Hammer Records because I remember because I was a fan of Warfare. I kind of made a kind of unofficial sort of official Warfare page on Facebook, and I've chatted to Eva a bit, and he's put a few bits on there. But but I'm sure I remember buying it. I think from Hammer Records at the time. I even got a picture of Christopher Lee, as part of the package or something. I still got that. I'll go and dig it out actually. While you guys, I'll go and dig out the album to show you, and my Christopher Lee picture.
It's weird that
you
Warfare.
guys talk about. Well, I got off.
Warfare.
Yeah, I was thinking about Warhammer, not Hammer Horror.
Right.
Switched off for a second.
It's quite weird that Warfare would do an album like that. They're like a kind of punky metal crossover band.
When I was thinking Warhammer, then I was thinking Realm with Chaos by Boltfer.
Right, yeah.
They did a few,
That's what I was thinking of. And that was actually a game of theirs. I don't think it exists anymore.
Yeah. They base their covers on the games, didn't they? Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think it was just that one.
Amazing package, that album, actually. Amazing artwork.
Yeah, amazing artwork. Because the first one, Battle There Is No Law, that was just whatever wars would happen. Have happened. And then that one, it was just like, let's just focus on Warhammer 40k. Then War Master gone back to all the other wars, and then Fourth Crusade, wars around the Fourth Crusade.
Just war, basically.
Just war.
You're cracking out a bit there, Sealey.
I always happen.
I don't know if it's his connection or the laptop he's on, because it did it when we've did a video call once. I think it's your laptop that's doing it.
Well, it's pretty old. It's like
something's loose. There's a loose cable or something, and it's just doing that.
It's on the loose.
Show us Graham.
This is Warfare.
Oh, that's got to be a collectible.
That's awesome.
Hey,
Warfare Hammer Horror. And so it's from Revolver Records, and it is 1990 Hammer Film Music Limited. Apparently, it wasn't. They're supposed to be redoing this. Actually, actually paid for because this was really. They wasn't happy at all with the sound, the recording, the mastering or whatever. They said they were really fucking pissed off with it. And apparently, there was another version going around that had the proper sound. And apparently, they were going to re-bring this. I actually paid to get a new copy of it, But then for some reason it was delayed, and so I got given my money back, basically. But this is really quite an annoying one because somehow at one time at a party or something, someone poured beer on it, so it's all fucking. You see, it's all ripped up inside.
I think you just got overexcited about the album.
No, I don't think it's got Peter Cushing. And at the same time, I got that. Cause I bought it from Hammer Records. They sent me a Christopher Lee portrait, and you know what little brothers are like. We used to have these stupid little stickers and these little porno playing cards. So he's he's put Christopher Lee, and he's got "Get your gums around my plums," and he stuck a cock on him as well, just for the fucking. And I never changed it because I found it quite amusing. It's like Dracula's got his big ass. Get your gums around my plums. It's like, that was too classic. There's my brother being a little troll. He all my pictures in the room. He fucking stacked it all. He cut out like cocks or whatever from these porno playing cards and stuck them on all my photographs. And this one, I was like, I'm just gonna keep that like that because I know it's a classic Christopher Lee picture. It's fucking funny still, but probably did that about fucking 20 years ago, but probably longer than that actually. 25. Yeah.
Well, any of the guys from Iron Void familiar with Winter?
Oh yeah,
like that.
Definitely, yeah.
Like one-off album.
The old punk band.
Classic album.
No, the Death Doom band.
Yeah, it's like sounds like Celtic Frost.
Yeah, it sounds a bit like that. Yeah, this is like a reissue from Earth Spark Records.
Yeah, I was fortunate.
This album and one of their EPs.
Into Darkness is the album.
Into Darkness, this one.
Yeah, classic album. Yeah, I love it, man. I saw him at Roadburn a few years ago. I was quite cool.
They did play that, yeah.
Yeah. I was going to say, I saw a little article on you posted, I think, Sealey, about your top 5 records of all time. I thought maybe we could go through them and we could discuss your top 5. Maybe if everyone's got their own top 5s. I'm shit at fucking choosing top anything. Elric, right fucking gig. He goes through all these albums and he I like this one better than this one, and this one better. Like he does.
Someone told me to big metal chat. Yeah, I can't do it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but to narrow my top 5 of all time would be bloody impossible, really.
It's fucking really hard work, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you got to pick your top 5, and then you got to write why you like it and all that shit.
I think it's much easier to do a top 5 in terms of genre.
Yeah,
or your favourite band. So like,
I listen to so much music; it's so difficult. But Epic Metal Blog asked me to do a top 5 recently, and I kind of, I think I didn't do too badly. But there's albums in there. Well, there's albums that are missing that I would have liked to include. I think a top 10 would have been easier.
Yeah, I'm shit at fucking. But we'll get to your top 5. But the only thing I've ever done with like top 5 is that every time I always would say that Blackfire Death by Bathory was definitely a top 3 for me. But I can never decide what my other 2 fucking in the top 3 would be. Literally, that's all I can come up with when it comes to deciding my tops.
In the Silence of Black Mark's my favourite Bathory album.
No. Blackfire Death.
Yeah, that's my favourite as well. That's my favourite as well.
It's got Equiman Form. That's a fucking banger. That's on Sign of the Black Mark, isn't it? Equiman Form.
Yeah.
And Women of Dark Desire. Woman of Dark Desire. She's on that as well, isn't she?
Massacre.
I think it's to do with like what order you fucking buy them in. I don't know if it is, but the Bloodfire Death was the first Bathory that I got. I think it's the first one I got into. Like, and back when it was one of those ones like.
If I'm being honest, I'm more of a Venom fan.
Right.
Oh, I love Venom too.
No, that's fair enough. Be honest. No point lying about it.
What's your favourite Venom?
Welcome to Hell, the first one.
Yeah, me too. I'd say. I think Welcome to Hell for me. Close between that and why can't I think of the name? Black Metal. No. Yeah.
That's what it's called.
But no, I think Welcome to Hell is my favourite,
You know, actually, one of my favourites by Venom is the singles collection, 80 to 86. I had that on cassette tape when I was a kid.
It's cool because they did that thing of not releasing singles that were not on albums. So like, all their singles are not on albums, which I thought was cool.
And I remember getting Venom Live 90 on VHS cassette back in the day.
I've got a cool Venom box set I'll show you.
Watching Demolition Man cranking it out, and I thought it was Kronos at first. I thought Kronos had had a haircut, but it wasn't. Demolition Man.
He's a nice bloke. He's a nice fella.
I met Tony Delwyn. He's a really nice guy. Yeah.
They was playing at a festival like in London. I was helping the promoter by filming the bands. I never fucking got the sort of footage. It's really annoying. Never put the footage up. And I was just like changing the battery or something. And he was like, "Hey, do you want a beer?" From the ride, he was like, "Hey, it's a beer there if you want it, mate." And cheers, man. It was lager, so I said no, but it was still the fact he offered. You know, you wouldn't get many people offering.
Yeah, it's a good laugh.
Yeah, I had the guys from bloody the guys from Flesh Crawl offer me bloody whiskey at Eradication Fest one year that they played.
That's cool.
That's
cool. Flesh Crawl are good. I like Flesh Crawl. I like the.
What do you think of Venom Inc? I quite like their last album. It was pretty.
I like the last album too.
Yeah. I got this really cool Venom box set actually. I'm a bit dark, and let's get some light.
There's two Venoms now in there. There's not two Venoms.
Yeah, Venom Inc.
Venom Inc. Yeah.
Yeah, Venom and Venom Inc. or
Venom Inc.
was Baymageddon 2015 because it was supposed to be another band. They couldn't do it, so Venom Inc. did it.
Cronus is doing Venom and Demolition Man is doing.
Speaking of two bands, what are your thoughts on Judas Priest and KK's Priest?
I'm happy. I don't care. I mean, if it's cool, I've heard one song and it sounds all right.
For me.
Doesn't bother me.
I hate to say it, but KK's Priest are sounding more like classic Priest.
Yeah, and Les Binks on drums.
Sounding at the moment.
Yeah, Les Binks as well. Come on.
I think they'll be good if the venues aren't too big. If they manage to play live and they're not too big. Yeah, it'll be good. I think if they played a massive venue and tried to recreate the sort of,
I agree.
It might look a bit. There might not be enough people there, you know.
You've got to play clubs, yeah.
It
but
could
it's
be
not
good.
uncommon now, is it? There's so many bands with two different bands. Entombed, there was two Entombed, two Tanks,
there's
two Saxons.
Yeah.
Two Yeses. There's lots of everything.
You got so many ex-drummers now. We could have a fucking Iron Void too.
We're going to call it
Let Steve talk about this one. Come on.
We're going to call it Spell of Ruin with me, Paul Whale, Diz, and who else would we have? Simon Guy probably as well. We need a bass player, don't we?
Anyway, I got this cool Venom box set that came out a few years back.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, it's like was it 1 to 4 discs of just sort of greatest hits? Oh yeah, greatest hits, Cronus stuff, and that's really good.
And it's called That's a really catchy name.
You and your bloody.
I just fucking clocked it. I just clocked it as well.
I should know what the hell that said, but I don't know.
I know the video.
I don't know, man. I'm not sure what that means. But I just clocked as well, your new album you're talking about, IV, being 4. Also, Iron Void, isn't it? Fucking hell. How long did it take me to fucking
exactly.
Yeah.
You got there eventually. That's the main point.
I clocked it about an hour ago, but it just suddenly, then I forgot that I'd clocked it, and then I re-clocked it again.
I didn't clock it at all until you just said it.
Yeah, well, I'm glad then. It's kind of like...
I'm working on subconscious level.
Yeah,
something
you're breaking up. All right, Dave.
Oh, what? That was probably my end.
Yeah, you broke up a little bit there.
Yeah, I was thinking it had something to do with the band name.
Oh. Has anyone got any cool underground bands they want me to try and nick a video from and play it in a minute? Is there any cool underground doom bands like you guys know of?
Is anybody up to date with it, with the music scene at the moment? I got
Dirty Grave are good.
Are they underground? I won't get a copyright strike.
Yeah, they sound like Pentagram, man.
Okay.
Oh, well, you were finding some old gems, weren't you, from years ago as well?
Yeah. I can't even remember the name of that band.
I believe Workshed, which is
Adam Layham.
Yeah, Adam, who used to be in Cathedral.
Okay.
And Acid Rain. He has come out with a lyric video, I think, for one of the tracks. I can check which one it is if you give me a sec.
I'm not up to date with sort of newer bands these days. I've got a couple of years.
Black Sabbath and Judas Priest,
Well, we had this conversation, we obviously now I'm in a flat now, and one thing I'm missing. I've got the same stereo that I had before, and one thing I'm missing is turning it up. I just put headphones on, and I can see the speakers. I don't turn it up because I won't be living here for long. But when you get to a certain point in the evening, and you think, right, well, okay, all right, okay, I'll put some Maiden on, and then you get to the 70s Priest phase when you really should probably stop drinking then, and you've got start on sin after sin and work up to about sort of turbo, and then you starting to feel a bit sickly.
I never got in. I kind of feel like a bit of a fake sometimes. I never fucking got into Judas Priest at all. Never got into Judas Priest at all.
I didn't until I knew the 90s stuff. And I knew a few old songs, like from I think probably the live stuff that we're knocking about. And I had that compilation Metalworks when that came out.
That's a good compilation.
Yeah.
But the full albums, it's probably the last sort of 10, 15 years that I finally caught up with them. So I know what you mean. I was always into Maiden when I was younger.
Yeah, Maiden was my first band.
And then the Dio era Sabbath was another one that was like a totally separate kind of
thing. Even Sabbath for me, it was like best of. My two Sabbath albums, best of and best of. I think are the only two Sabbath albums I've got. So it's just, I think everyone's got their own like journey though. But I've got a trouble double bit, and I like Tank for some reason. But yeah, whatever. They're not doomy, but yeah, Tank. Yeah.
Newcastle.
You mentioned 70s Priest. Well.
That's the best album.
That's my favourite album, I think.
Let me put you on full screen, mate. I can't. It's for these people with bad eyes. Judas Priest, Sad
Wings of Destiny. Yeah. Classic album.
From the second one from the tracks that they had.
That was in my top 5.
Oh,
yeah. Was that one in your top 5? That's right. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you weren't going to mention your top 5.
I heard this on YouTube.
You asked me about 20 minutes ago, and then we drifted.
Not an hour ago, yeah.
Yeah, we'll come back to it now. Then now you've mentioned it, I remember. Was it Mental Funeral? Was in there?
Yeah, Mental Funeral by Autopsy was my
yes.
top 5.
Yes.
Yeah, fucking great.
Yes. Yes.
I always fucking love their stuff. There's always one bit from one song, and every time I can never remember what fucking song it was from, but the bit where he goes, "Okay, I'll do it," something like that.
Survival.
I like Seven Survival slightly more actually.
Is that
Madness? That's what it's
called.
Yeah,
Critical Madness.
Cutting off his arm or something. He's like, "Okay, I'll do it."
Something like that. Yeah, I remember that from fucking.
The album afterwards. That's the best.
Yeah,
I think I actually prefer Severed Survival, the debut one.
I don't.
People have been saying that, but I prefer Metal
Both cool though.
I love Mental.
But they're all better than Shit Fun though, which was actually just shit. Shit Fun.
I like Shit Fun, but I know.
But not in comparison to the others.
No, not in comparison.
Yeah.
I think.
No.
I've had Chris Ryford on Jake's Metal Chat actually.
Oh, yeah, fucking hell, that's good.
All right.
So,
I remember hearing you saying.
For the history when he was in Death and then Autopsy, Abscessed and all that.
Yeah, but you're not at Iron Void though, so stop fucking flexing, pal. We've got Iron Void on this show.
Nah, Chris Ryford, mate. Fucking Cam Lee as well.
Managed to find that Workshed track if you're interested.
Yeah.
It's a Workshed, Nowhere to Go.
Can you post it in the private chat? Can you post it in the private chat, the link? Have you got are you on the laptop or are you on a phone?
Yeah, I can do.
Yeah, you post it in there and I'll find it and see if I can download it and we'll play it. I actually looked at it, was it Dirty Grave, was it? But that looked like it's got copyright on it. I had a look on it and it's like it's showing all the band information and that, like, so
I think I'll have a look what I've got.
Do you not have anything else lined up music wise, Gray? Just I've
got a few videos, but we could play something we played on the last thing that we did. Or we can listen to. Let's listen to. Right, yeah.
Not sure.
The best name for a band, is it really?
What's that?
Workshed.
Workshed is a bit of a weird one, isn't it? Yeah. It sounds like a indie band or something. Like fucking. What's that?
Shed 7.
Shed 7. Something like that.
It sounds like Cathedral comes from.
Cool. Is that the link there?
I'm not sure who sorts the music out in your band, but
yeah, that's the link there.
There's my email address.
Yeah, cheers, mate.
Music, send it to my email address.
Oh yeah, his link's there. If you want to send him some tracks to play on his
want to do that with me
one of his shows.
Podcast.
Mine in.
Just
Yeah, if you guys got any MP3s you want to send to these two reprobates,
download it and everything.
Cool.
Yeah, I DJ.
Nice one.
Put it in the Doom episode because I want to make that one as long as
Yeah.
possible.
Oh, yeah, the Doom episode.
Well,
Yeah,
I think we'll hang fire till we get the masters back, and
Yeah.
then
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
sling your grave dance.
Yeah,
great.
cool. Well, if you want
we're
to
doing the video for that anyway.
Yeah, when it gets a bit soon here.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, when
And then we come back and have another chat with us because like this hangout.
write that down.
Yeah, come back anytime you want to hang out or anything
The thing
new
is,
comes
like,
up.
We don't want to talk too much about the new album because it's not released yet. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
It's a bit of a long
old stuff.
gap.
I'm not bothered. Yeah.
yeah.
So I DJ at Metal Devastation Radio. So if you want to, I'm sure Graham will put the link down there if you want to send us even like old material, whatever, like, you know.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Send away.
Please.
My email.
Material. It doesn't have to be
All
new.
Eric's, if you go to the description box down below, if you want anyone watching this, you want to check out Iron Void, you want to check out the shows of Elric or the show of Jake, and my show, check out my fucking show, you bastards. The link is down below in the description box.
Check out my
Yeah,
fucking you bastards.
Yeah, David, fuck you two show. Why am I promoting you two show for? I should be
Yeah.
promoting my own show. Fuck you guys.
I'll be your new tagline. Check out my show, you
I'll be doing the same damn
Yeah.
thing. Why would I promote these two fucking wankers? Just check my show.
Yeah, exactly. I wasn't thinking straight there, was I? So what else is in your top 5?
Oh yeah.
Yes, yes.
Well, number one was Black Sabbath, Master of Reality.
Good choice. Good choice.
What was your top? Because you did a ranking. What was your top album for Black Sabbath, Elric?
Yeah, I did a Black Sabbath. I do album rankings on YouTube on the East channel, and I did the Sabbath one. Well, to be honest, my top 3 are kind of equal, but you know, for the sake of a program, I had to pick top 3. Master Reality, I put number 2, and I put Paranoid number 1. But you know, they could be whatever. Sabbath debut was number 3 for me, but you know, all in top 6. I mean, basically, my top 6 was the first 6 Sabbath albums.
Yeah, they're unbeatable.
You know, we've like some of the Dio stuff coming in quite high as well. But
I'll
yeah.
totally disagree with you on that one.
You like the Dio
Go
stuff?
on, tell us what you. Come on, let's have
Martin,
a
I'm a
fight.
Martin devout.
You're what?
All the Martin era Sabbath albums.
Oh no, I love them. There
Yeah,
isn't
we
a
do,
Sabbath
too.
album I
Top
dislike.
1, 2, 3, and 4. Easy.
Yeah. I love the thing with Sabbath, because I'm such a massive fan. I like all the eras.
Yeah, so
So
do
I
I.
really like the Tony Martin era. Like my favourite, I think, is Eternal Idol from the Martin era. But I love I love Headless Cross as well. It's cool. But I love all of them. I love the Born Again album, the Ian Gillan one. It's fucking kick
I
ass.
do. The demos are better though.
Yeah, demos are cool, and Dehumanizer with Dio, like one that gets overlooked. I think it's really good.
Yeah, I agree on that. Yeah.
And Live Evil is one of the album that got me into music was actually Live Evil by Black Sabbath, the Dio live one.
I noticed Steve's being very quiet here. He's going to hit us with a controversial choice, probably. He's embarrassed about what he's going to say, or
No, but he did
no,
say like the Dio stuff.
Love
No, I'm pretty much in agreement with them. Yeah.
Yeah.
okay, fair enough.
I was one of them.
All
Well,
Sabbath matters.
I'm terrible because my favourite is Best Of.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but that cover, that kind of like
It's
a
the-
medieval scene.
It's
of
the one
like-
with the Hieronymus Bosch looking cover.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
Sabbath, bloody Sabbath.
Blackest Sabbath.
Yeah.
that was.
It is a really good collection. It really is.
Or, you know what it was at Sabbath, bloody Sabbath. That one. You know,
Yeah.
They're all
Yeah.
fucking great, man.
I'm kind of like, I remember seeing Sabbath playing at Ozfest, like when they reformed, one of the many times they reformed in the past. I think it was in the 90s or something, and Ozzy was I think Ozzy was first, and then Black Sabbath played, and I kind of knew all their songs from the cover versions I'd heard of all their songs. Literally every song they played, I knew the cover version of it. I was like, oh yeah, Brutality did this one. Oh yeah, this one was done by so-and-so. I can't remember who they were now.
Oh yeah, Brutality
Oh yeah. Sacred White. This is Warpig.
When the
Sacred
sky
White.
turns black, is it that album?
Yeah. I think that's right. I think that's the
I do like Brutality cover of Electric Funeral was really fucking cool.
Yeah, it's good.
But,
Old school death metal.
Yeah. But that is a fucking.
I know she's wearing a Morbid Angel shirt as well.
Yeah.
I'm wearing Cannabis Corpse.
what do you think of like Forbidden then? Like I even like Forbidden, and everyone hates that album.
Well, the
I
track
quite
on
like it.
It's got a really cool guitar riff, but
I love it.
It's a weird production on that album. I don't dislike the album, but it's got a strange production.
Yeah. But I think it's cool.
I love all the Sabbath albums, but
I didn't even know they had an album called Forbidden. That's how fucking bad I am. So there you go.
That's the one that Ernie C from Body Count produced.
Yeah, the last one with Tony Martin, wasn't it?
It's got Ice-T rapping on it.
Has it really?
Yeah. Well,
it's a shame that I'd strike copyright. Really, it'd be nice to put that on, but we hit the copyright. But I must have heard it. I've definitely heard that album. I know for a fact over the years I've heard it about people. I don't remember that rap at all. I'll have a listen to that when I get a chance.
I've heard that.
So that could be the next thing for your new album, then. Though you haven't got a rap on there yet, I'm sure.
Yeah, we're gonna get Scott rapping on the next one.
We could get Jake to do it. Jake could bust out a few rhymes.
Yorkshire, UK.
Yorkshire, motherfuckers.
I wouldn't put rap in my fucking
I don't think it's been done.
Spliffs and whippets or whatever. I don't know. Fucking whatever.
I put folk music into my bands, but I wouldn't put fucking rap in it.
Yeah.
How many ferrets can you stick down your trousers?
Seriously, can we have that for the back of a t-shirt? Iron Void.
How many more Northern cliches can we think of? Oh dear.
Sealey seems to have liked it anyway.
Yeah, I can't fucking rap for shit. Don't get me to do it.
No, but maybe not. But it's like Scott's the favourite for the rap. For the
I can do growls
and void rap.
Is this a racial thing?
Destroyed rhymes with void. Destroyed.
I could do growls and gutturals and screams, and that's as far as I can go.
Toy
and
rhymes with void.
I can do throat singing.
Yeah, you could do the backup of the Mongolian throat singing, mate. Can you elaborate your Mongolian throat singing into a beatbox that he could do that rhythm for them to to go with?
No, I couldn't do that.
You guys want to check out Workshed?
Yeah, go on then.
Yeah.
What was the name of this song, Scott? Do you remember?
It's Nowhere to Go. It's off their recent release that came out. I think it was 2020. I think it's on Rise Above, which is Lee Dorian's label.
Rise Above. I'm going to get a copyright strike. Fingers crossed, by some miracle, I don't get a copyright strike. Okay.
Cool. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Very cool.
That was Workshed.
Yeah, apologies if that causes you copyright issues.
Yeah, I get drunk and I'd like, fuck it. I go, fuck it, and I'm drunk. And then the next morning when I get fucking copyright, like, emails from Facebook and YouTube, I'm like, oh, fuck, I should have done that. Never mind. Whatever. We'll see. We'll find out tomorrow anyway. It's all good. It's all good.
Might be lucky.
Yeah, we'll see.
Last time I see him play live, though, was actually it was really good cathedral concert where they in London. I don't know if they toured it, but in London they played like half the show with the original lineup, playing the first album all the way through, and then the second half was just the lineup they had at the time playing like the rest of the tour. I thought that was a really cool idea. And it worked really well. They did bring out a live album of it as well, actually. But yeah,
that was the Cathedral 20th anniversary show.
Yeah, it probably was that. Yeah.
There you go.
There's not much on there. Just Dave Patchett. You have to open it up. But they had the double CD.
Yeah.
When it came out, and then I found out a year or two back it was on. Like it was must have been on Rise Above Sight or something, and it said 10 years ago we did the reunion. I thought, fucking hell, I'll get the vinyl. And it's 10 years. 10 years is going to go by that quick. I may as well update my collection and get them on vinyl.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's 2010. I thought,
Then I saw that last
So I saw Cathedral with Cradle of Filth. Funny enough,
I love that first album.
Southampton.
Can you remember that then? What's that? What's he wearing? Is that part of the show then? Was it?
I'm trying. I don't remember that, to be honest.
Sorry, let me put it on full screen. Where is it?
Dorian wearing a diving bell type thing.
No,
Does it be a spacesuit? Is it a spacesuit?
He wasn't
vampire
like
sun?
that, no.
An early spacesuit. I don't know what that is. I don't know where he's got that from.
What album was that?
That's the live one you're on about, yeah?
It's the Dorian diorama.
Freak Winter, that one.
Okay.
Yeah. And then the other one's got a different name. I don't know what that one's called. Not looking.
Steve
I got it here. Anniversary.
Brand new. Never to be touched.
All right, we got
Return to the Forest, yeah. The other one, yeah.
I just got it as Anniversary. I guess they just sort of named it different things, but yeah, Return to the Forest. Cool show.
Cathedral, big influence on Iron Void. Always.
Yeah,
good band.
Great band.
I got a couple of bits of Cathedral on my channel. I got them playing at Bloodstock in 2010. Vampire Sun and Utopian Blaster. I got some footage of their last gig as well.
I caught a bit of Cathedral
Forum or something like that.
I caught a bit of Cathedral at Bloodstock as well.
Yeah.
It was meant to be Behemoth, but
they had so many different kind of like styles, didn't they? They never fucking stuck to the same thing. You look at some of their albums.
Stuff was more
lots of different.
Cathedral original Fluid Doom.
Yeah. And there'd be like some real heavy kind of couple of real heavy albums. Then there'd be the groovy kind of stuff. Then they had the kind of like 70s rock kind of vibe, didn't they, for an album or two?
Yeah, that's right. Every 10 years they brought out a really doomy one, like the first album.
Yeah.
My favourite is Ethereal Mirror.
Right.
Oh, that's a classic. Yeah, I love
it's the first full album, isn't it? Oh, second album. That's right. Yeah, second. Yeah.
My favourite's still that first album. I just love the
Oh man, I didn't like the first album when I heard it. When I got it, I was like,
myself,
it was just like slow. I was like, this is fucking boring. I'll fucking regret it now. I ended up trading it for a shitty fucking Celtic Frost interview disc. You know what I mean? It's probably that first album was probably worth like fucking £100 now or something. You know what I mean?
You can't get wrong with the album covers as well. They're so
we went to the Soul Sacrifice EP. Soul Sacrifice EP, and it was like, this is fucking awesome.
Something cool, like the first time I saw Cathedral actually was supporting Black Sabbath at Hammersmith.
94.
Yeah. And the cool thing about that, I didn't know at the time, I've known since, is that was when the Ethereal Mirror sort of band split up.
Yeah.
So it was only him and Gary Jennings, and he actually got the band Pentagram to do the riffing section.
Victor Griffin and Joe Hasselmander on drums. Yeah.
How cool is that? So it's like half Pentagram, half Cathedral.
Yeah, it's really cool,
man.
But
shame they didn't record an album with that lineup.
Oh, really?
It's a missed opportunity, that, I think. Weren't they having a band breakup as well, and a meltdown kind of as well? So they got the drummer, didn't they? They got the drummer for the rest of the tour, but not Victor. Right. But the story goes, he didn't.
They got the stable lineup after that.
Didn't survive the tour. Yeah, we survived it, but not maybe not his mental. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that was pretty amazing.
So it's a famous tour, though, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a couple of recordings of it. Yeah. Pentagram USA on the recording.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was cool.
I think in the States on that tour as well, it was like Sabbath headlining with Motorhead as main support and Morbid Angel were opening.
Fuck me. Oh, yeah, I heard that. That was a weird one, but what a lineup that is.
I know.
That's mental.
Yeah.
Talking about Morbid Angel on my live chat earlier, so because I'm one of the members called Pantera with Morbid Angel on one tour.
Yeah,
really? Okay.
It was a bit.
The first 4 Morbid Angel albums are just class, though, aren't they?
Yeah, that's me as well. The first 4.
I got Autism Madness because I got Autism Madness, Blessed Are the Sick, Covenant, Domination, and Gateways to Annihilation.
Yeah, I love Blessed actually. That's probably my favourite as it goes.
Covenant's my favourite.
Yeah.
Gateways to Annihilation solos are just silly.
Yeah, just silly. Yeah,
they're just silly.
And Formless Fatal to the Flesh as well. Like
that's a good album too.
Yeah. It's just kind of ridiculous, but great band. Seen them a few times. Then they brought out that album, didn't they? That everyone hated. Universally. But great band.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Fucking.
What do you think of Tucker, like sort of Morbid Angel?
Well, Formula's Fatal to the Flesh. And, I do like all their stuff, even the album you mentioned that people don't like. There are some good songs on that album. I know there's some shit songs on it as well, but
Forgot Me Fucking Beer.
I think if you're a fan enough of a band, you kind of like everything quite often.
Yeah.
Man.
Oh, it's Werewolf.
Werewolf by Lunchtime.
Yeah, he's
What's
always
up?
That's a song we see all the time.
I remember I was a tiny little kid going to the working men's club, and you go to the fucking toilet, and all these fucking old fellas will be there taking fucking monumental pisses that lasted forever. I've turned into them old fuckers now, I tell you.
It's because you're drinking.
It's like
even when you're done, there's a little bit left.
Yeah.
No, they're still there pissing. You just hear like a blub.
Yeah.
Dad was like that. As a kid, it just seemed like your dad would piss forever.
So that's what's up anyway. So welcome,
Probably get
I bring all the important topics to the table. That's all I can say. None of this small talk. I've got to bring the deep, the deep stuff. Have we gone through all of your top 5 yet, Sealey?
No. So number 2 was
the first one.
Oh, you're taking number 2 already? Fuck.
Yeah, we mentioned number 5 already.
Now, number 2 was Judas Priest, Shadow Wings of Destiny.
Yeah.
Great album. My favourite Priest, I think.
Yeah, it's my favourite Priest album. I love Painkiller.
Is that the second one?
Yeah. Second album,
Yeah, absolute classic.
Yeah.
The Rock and Roller wasn't really proper metal, was it? Rock and Roller was kind of like weird.
I like Rock and Roller.
I've got a soft spot for Rock and Roller though.
Yeah.
It's got some really good songs.
Yeah, they were more rock back
Yeah.
Metal as they became.
I love Senti's Priest a lot.
But
That
yeah,
was
I think they kind of got the shit together on Sad Wings of Destiny, and I think that was kind of like Sabbath kind of did the blueprint for metal, and Priest kind of solidified it with that album, I think.
Yeah.
I think the leather image came later.
Yeah.
But that album kind of, you know, it kind of solidified the musical makeup, if you like, of heavy metal.
Yeah.
I think also like the musical shift for Stained Class, I think as well was quite pivotal. That sounds like there's no sort of blues or anything in that. It's like just sounds like a proper heavy metal album, doesn't it? That one.
Yeah.
But I like the darkness of Sad Wings of Destiny. I like the ballads on it even. And
everything's great on it. Like Dreaming is Diva.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. Classic track. Obviously, you got Victim of Changes.
Yeah.
Carried on playing for
Tyrant. I really like.
Tyrant, it's a great song.
Wicked song.
So that was number 2. Number 3 was Jimi Hendrix, Axis Bowler's Love.
Yes.
Okay, that's interesting. It's usually the one people don't pick.
That's a great album. I love that album.
Or Electric Ladyland, don't they?
Well, for me, I love all the Jimi Hendrix stuff, but that album really kind of grasped my attention when I was a kid, because my dad, he had it on vinyl.
I love that album.
I remember playing the vinyl, the gatefold vinyl. You know, Axis Bowler's Love, it's like
don't have it, you know. But I think I went Electric Ladyland. I'd show you the cover, but you'd get a strike.
Did you have a bit of a rock metal kind of upbringing then from your folks, Sealey?
Not really, no. I mean, my dad, he loves Hendrix,
right?
Eric Clapton,
right?
Bob Dylan, that kind of stuff.
So how did you discover metal?
I think it really was. I was into Hendrix, but I watched the Freddie Mercury tribute concert.
Oh,
91 or 92, I think it was.
I love Queen. I love Queen.
Yeah, I love Queen. Yeah.
How did that lead to
that's
metal?
The one, that's the one. But no, I remember watching. Yeah, man. Very good. I remember watching Metallica. It was the Black Album era. Freddie Mercury concert.
Crazy.
I just remember seeing them playing, and they were all dressed in black.
Right.
You know, they were just fucking kicking ass back then.
They played
I remember that. Yeah.
Metallica played a Freddie Mercury tribute concert.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. Did 3 songs.
There's footage of James Hetfield on stage with them doing Stone Cold Crazy from
that's right.
Yeah.
All right. I never ever saw that.
They were the first band on, weren't they? On that event.
I don't know if they were the first band on, but they were on pretty early. I was sober.
They were doing that show because they were on tour with Guns N' Roses back then.
Yeah, Guns N' Roses were on later on.
Right. Yeah. I think he died on my then girlfriend's birthday. She was like a fan, and he died on her birthday. Yeah. Because
I was born on the 4th of November '91, and then days after that, Freddie passed away.
Right.
I love 70s Queen as well. I love 70s Queen.
White Queen is my favourite Queen song.
Yeah. I don't know if I have a favourite, but yeah. The first album I like a lot, and Night the
Opera. The second album's great as well.
Yeah. Live Killers is a live album.
It's on Stone Cold Crazy. Stone Cold Crazy. That's one of my favourite.
Yeah.
Well, should we ask Steve and Scott how they first discovered metal?
Well,
entertainers.
I'd got to the stage where I'd stopped. I'd moved on from pop, and I think I'd got like a Guns N' Roses tape or something like that, because my sister used to listen to them, so I was aware of sort of rock bands. I remember owning an Appetite for Destruction tape that I don't know where that ended up. And then I had, so I knew I discovered rock music sort of thing, and I had a mate who, his dad took him to. Was it 1992? The Donington, where Iron Maiden headlined the Fear of the Dark.
I was there. I was there.
Gutted.
Because obviously I'd be like 12 or 13, so it was amazed me that he'd even gone. I couldn't imagine even going to that at the time. And so he was.
I feel old now.
He'd got into Iron Maiden, so he'd passed me a sort of something he'd taped, like a blank tape that he'd recorded, and that started. And then I remember year after year, like sort of in the sort of mid-90s, trying to find a heavier band. So I got Iron Maiden, I got Metallica, and I was always trying to find there must be heavier bands. How deep does it go? And getting into all different bands, and just went on from there. Really, by the time I'd left school, I was fully into
the dark side,
metal and rock. I liked rock bands as well. Whatever bands were going around at the time, there were lots of phases I went through. I went through a stoner rock phase in the sort of 90s. Probably led to Doom.
Right. I think we need to go back a little bit and explore the pop.
Yeah.
You started. What was the pop band you were listening to? Tell us about your dark pop past.
Well, I remember one year I got the best of Paul Young on tape. I had the best of Paul Young.
Fucking hell, Steve.
That's one that I remember playing quite a lot.
Pop music for me.
And I had the Smokey Robinson one track that came with the computer game of Platoon, Tracks of My Tears. That got me into Motown.
Okay. That's more cool than I was hoping, to be honest. I was hoping it was going to be something like Kajagoogoo or fucking...
Drive Bunny as well. Drive Bunny.
That is bad. That is bad.
And they were all cassettes, so I had like Nirvana cassettes, which, to be fair, I should have kept, really, shouldn't I?
Probably.
Back. So all the cassettes, not nearly all the cassettes went. So it was a couple of old Maiden ones I've still got from the 90s, but they don't play well now. But yeah.
Sealey is so ashamed of your past. He's disappeared. He's like, I can't listen to this.
I do remember Drive Bunny.
I'm ashamed.
I never went. Since I was born, I never went through any pop phase or like, because most people do start with whatever the music is around them.
Whatever's on telly in that time.
Yeah, because my parents were into rock from the off. I was always into it.
I was lucky enough because my mum she's into Queen and Elvis and stuff like that. So I was lucky enough to hear that. Yeah. And my dad would do Earth, Wind and Fire, Kool and the Gang, Dire Straits, Bruce Springsteen. But then I had that with all the shitty late 90s, early 2000 pop bands like S Club 7 and Steps. I had that phase. I'm ashamed of that bit.
Yeah, well, there's no point of being ashamed. It's all fucking, it's all
part grade.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not ashamed of it. It's just something.
It's like you don't put it on your bio. Like
remember me back then at primary school, like I remember the S Club 7. Who the fuck's that? I listened to Coffin Malt from Glasgow.
I listen to so much shit. I don't give a fuck about it. It's like it happened. My dad was in the 50s. My mum was in the 60s. We grew up listening to mum's 60s records on a little fucking the one where you put 7 singles on at the same time, and then play one after the other, and it'd be like. And my mum liked the fucking the quirky stuff. We had fucking lots of Rolf Harris and shit like that. You can't listen to Rolf Harris now. He's had a checkered career of late, but like back in the day when he was innocent, and he'd be like eeny weeny, teeny weeny, yellow polka dot bikini, and all that kind of shit. We used to listen to that as a kid. And I had some dodgy moments. And then when I started buying my first single that I bought for myself was fucking "Relax" by Frankie Goes to Hollywood. That was the first fucking single I bought. And then I went on to stuff like Men Without Hats, from a Canadian kind of like electronic kind of band. Kind of weird shit. You know the safety dance? You can dance if you want to. You can leave your friends behind. I fucking love that song to this day. I don't give a shit what everyone says. That's a fucking good song. Every now and again I'll crack that one on just because it's a fucking rocker. But anyway.
Early song, another one, early one.
Right, we're over to Scott now for his back in the past kind of story.
No real story. Grew up around lots of reggae, sort of Peter Tosh, Bob Marley, Toots and the Maytals, that side of things.
What about Tom Holt? Do you know Tom Holt? Is he reggae?
Not sure. Not a name I'm familiar with.
Okay. My most loved Tom Holt, and he come on, probably, I don't know, soul maybe. I don't know what he was doing. But yeah.
Yeah, quite a lot of the kind of, strangely, the big band 50s stuff, because my dad's a big kind of 50s movie buff. He loves his sort of old classics, so a lot of big band 50s stuff. Then got into Brit rock quite heavily. Sort of the early Verve, Suede.
I like the Verve.
That kind of thing. Then got into punk, which was a weird sort of segue.
How did that happen? What made you suddenly go, oh, I like punk now?
Teenage Rebellion, I guess.
Was it one song? Was it one song you discovered, or?
Not really one song. It was more going out with mates and just whatever's playing on the boombox. It tended to be The Damned, Misfits, Dead Kennedys, Bad Brains, that sort of stuff. Kind of classic.
I like the punk as well.
Ramones, a little bit of
that's some classic
Dolls, that side of stuff.
That's some classic punk, though.
Yeah, I like the punk.
I do like some punk.
Yeah,
we're big.
Got Nevermind the Bollocks in my collection. So. Got to have that in your collection.
Got to.
What happened after the punk phase?
What the hell's wrong with you? You don't have Sex Pistols, then mind the Bollocks.
I don't, but
no. Oh, fuck off then. I'm joking.
No, it's true. But I kind of look at my stuff sometimes compared to what other people talk about, and I think, shit, everyone likes this, and I don't have any of that. You know, it's like.
Yeah. There might be some things you guys mentioned, like, fuck, I don't have that.
Yeah, exactly, of course.
Plenty with...
What happened after the punk phase? Scott, what happened after the punk phase?
After the punk phase, that was my my foray into cock rock and sleaze.
I take it back about people's music. If you like, you know, Scott's now ashamed himself.
There's no shame.
You
shame.
Now,
One of my all-time favourite idols is David Lee Roth. There is nothing that man can do that is wrong. He's a legend.
I saw him in '88 at the Monsters of Rock.
David
Lee Roth, and he was, like, in my mind, he was the worst thing of the day. But I bought the is it Skyscraper, the album they bought out in '88 before Monsters of Rock, and I think I listened to it once or twice. I think it's in my box of shame. Have you got that album? Have you got the Skyscraper album? Maybe I'll send it to you or something, because I've never fucking played it. Have you got a vinyl?
If you want to send me 3 albums, I will happily take them. Also, David Coverdale. Everything David Coverdale touches is gold, and I don't want to hear arguments.
I'm rediscovering some of the Whitesnake stuff, maybe the self-titled album. I'm rediscovering that at the moment.
I like that.
Great,
and the drummer was somebody I overlooked as well, because I looked, I saw the radio, heard the radio stuff, the famous singles that they did, and I thought, it's cheese for kind of elderly rockers.
It's romance. That's all it is.
Romance, yeah.
Are the elderly rockers. I've been listening to the Adrian Smith album, so I'm old enough to listen to it now.
When I went to down and saw Whitesnake, ZZ Top, and Def Leppard all on the same night.
No, fair enough.
ZZ Top, Whitesnake, then Def Leppard.
I've kind of like glazed over some of my blinking stuff. I had the fucking Now That's What I Call Music #1. I think I went up to I had a few Now That's What I Call Music. I remember one time I bought like an Iron Maiden single, one of the Somewhere in Time. Like I bought something from there. I think it might have been a single, it might have been the album. At the same time I bought that, I bought the Communards. I bought the Eurasia 12 inches of Ooh Sometimes. It's like, ooh, sometimes.
Yes, I know it.
Amazing track. Absolutely amazing.
If someone said to me, go back to listen to your shit you put in this year.
It was very much a mixed bag of the stuff.
Someone told me to check out the latest fucking time, I'll just say no.
Yeah.
I still listen to the same stuff I did when I was 8.
Yeah.
Go into the band.
Stuff I heard growing up is what I said earlier, what my mum and dad.
One thing that Scott's forgot to mention that we do both like is Wasp.
Oh, yeah.
I like Wasp.
I like
Again,
I like a bit of Wasp.
I've got a few Wasp albums.
I like a bit of Wasp. Not overly big on them, but I like a bit.
No, I overlooked them when when I would have been sort of in my teens, because just a glance at them was like, whoa, that's. To me, that was just glam. It was like that's going to be glam like Poison, and then they're not too bad, but at the time,
the only glam band that get a pass for me. They're not glam, they're hard rock. I ignore the fact they look like glam.
Yeah.
Shock rock.
You know?
Maybe shock rock, maybe.
The first Wasp
yeah.
album
They're
is
all the
amazing.
shock.
Yeah.
No more the shock.
I like the Crimson Idol.
They rank in the same sort of era as Alice Cooper.
Yeah, I was just
It's
about
that
Yeah.
stuff, isn't
Did
it?
he have a
They get a pass. They get a
Just
pass.
read my
cod
mind.
piece
Scott just read my
with
mind.
sparks? Like
Loaded,
a,
yeah.
Yeah, I like
Oh,
that.
that's okay.
Scott
Hold
just read
on.
my- Scott literally read my mind.
Guys,
I was about to say
guys.
something.
You're making a video soon. You're talking about the cod piece with sparks coming out. Come on, guys. You know you need to do this. You need to salute the past, man. Fucking, you need a chainsaw cod piece with sparks coming out of it. You know.
we at least need a grave where the hand comes out like that.
Yeah.
Or at the very least, like
Touch
anyway.
balls.
All right, I understand. You're not cock rock. You're not, so let's doom it up a little bit. How about a cod piece that looks like a coffin? Like a coffin cod piece. Like you can all wear a coffin cod piece and do a doom dance like Messiah Marcolin with a coffin cod piece flopping up and down like that. That's got to be the first. Oh man, I'd fucking buy that record definitely.
And light some incense in the music video.
I only really got into Wasp when Crimson Idol came out. I really loved Crimson Idol, and then I went back a bit more. But I love that album. So
That wasn't supposed to be a Wasp album, was it?
Nah, but you know,
Wallace album.
yeah.
I own nothing by Wasp.
The only sort of, because I wasn't into the glam
what
scene, but the only other band of that era I quite liked was Twisted Sister.
Just
Right,
like,
I've never got into them.
Doing that
I do like
shock
Twisted
rock
Sister.
sort of. I love Twisted
For
Sister.
me, it was Faster Pussycat.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Faster Pussycat because they took everything that Hanoi Rocks could have been and made it.
Right.
I think I had one Hanoi Rocks track on a
Twisted Sister were
compilation
metal
or something.
to me.
The
Yeah,
thing
I
is,
got-
Twisted Sister and Alice Cooper. I saw Alice Cooper on the Poison tour, but when I saw him at Bloodstock, Twisted Sister, it was like,
Yeah,
should we fuck off? It's like, should we fuck off now? Like Twisted Sister, should we fuck off back to the tent and sleep? Yeah, we'll watch a couple of tracks. And I didn't know any Twisted Sister stuff, but they fucking rocked. It's like,
Yeah,
I don't know
they're
any of these
amazing.
songs, but they're really, they're
Pete Snyder's
masters of
voice
their
as well.
craft. Yeah,
I did see Alice Cooper at Bloodstock. I saw them there, and
they were cool.
I missed-
Yeah,
I
Alice
missed
was good at
Twisted
Bloodstock as
Sister in
well.
2010. I was like, oh, Cannibal Corpse. Watch Cannibal Corpse. Fuck off. Done.
Yeah.
Then I watched them the last time they played live, and I was like, fucking hell, these guys are amazing.
Europe, on the other hand, were a pile of cack. There you go.
Yeah.
Let's just temper it a little bit. I saw Twisted Sister. I didn't think I was going to like them.
You were talking about
Really,
really
liked
first records that you bought and stuff. I remember buying the Final Countdown on 7-inch vinyl in 1986. Yeah,
The
I
first
remember
album
buying
I-
it. That was one of the first records I bought. It was
The first-
that
Yeah.
Phil Collins and Phil Bailey.
Yeah.
Easy Lover. That was
Yeah,
yours.
Oh, I remember that.
they had the right idea.
The middle riff for that song fucking rocks, man.
Well, the first album I bought was The
Not a bad
Seventh Son of the
song,
Seventh Son by Iron Maiden. That was the first album I ever bought.
Cool.
Well,
my
if you
God,
want to
it's
talk
an
about
ass,
Maiden, speak to Steve.
Well, I've got actually. I'll jump in. I've got a maiden story. It's not amazing, but to me, it's quite good. I remember when I got the Somewhere in Time vinyl. There was a shop that used to be a toy shop when I was a child, and then it became the local record shop in the sort of early 90s. So they had all the latest stuff in there. I remember they had the Metallica box set that nobody could afford. It was 75 quid when it came out. They had that in the window. And I remember going in and like walking past and begging my dad to buy me Somewhere in Time for 5 quid.
Well,
And I've still got it. So 5 quid, really, it's not been a bad investment, really. That's one that I remember. I don't remember buying the first album. I've got it, but I don't remember. I had no idea when I bought it. It'd be the same shop, but I've no recollection of buying that. So,
Steve, what's your favourite Maiden album?
well, this is where you need it. You need a top 5, isn't it?
Favorite Maiden album?
All the 80s ones.
I'll tell you my favourite before
It's
Steve
difficult.
starts. My favourite is
difficult.
Killers.
Killers.
Yeah.
The
It's
Anno.
still difficult. I mean,
I can't look beyond
pick
Blinking
one
the
of my
Number of the
favourite
Beast because it's the first metal album full stop that I ever discovered.
Yeah, you'd have to choose one of the Paul Di'Annos and one of the Bruce because they're so different, I think. But for me,
I couldn't pick a favourite from each. Like if I was,
yeah,
of all
I'd
time,
probably go.
I went
I'd probably
Power.
go.
Power
I
Slave.
go for the first one.
I love Power Slave.
Yeah.
Power Slave's probably my second favourite.
I love Power Slave.
I'm with you, Steve. I would probably say the first album as well.
Yeah,
What's your favourite?
It's mine, and I love
Yeah,
it.
the first album.
Yeah.
I love the first. I love the
Because-
first album.
Right though.
Killers seems a bit too slow in comparison. Like it seems to go on a bit. Like the first album, you've got a few songs, and it just comes in and does it. And they've spent
about-
a lot more
what about
time on
Number of the
Killers.
Beast?
And they've
Who-
sat
I
down and
don't-
overflowed.
Beast.
Killers is the best album.
What about Number of the Beast? Who loves Number of the Beast?
Number of the
I
Beast.
love that album as well. But I think for the Bruce albums, I think Peace of Mind is number one for me.
Peace of Mind is great.
Probably, that's my
Yeah,
favourite.
I'd agree with that. I got that. You gave me the
Live
piece of my
After
patch.
Death-
didn't you? I've got as well.
Live After Death is just impeccable. It's one of the best live albums ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is,
Scream
yeah.
for me, Long Beach.
I've got it in.
Yeah.
Well, I did mention the first time I bought by me in Seventh Son, the Seventh Son. That was my favourite for a long time.
Yeah.
I did
Yeah,
that as
there
well.
you go.
I listen to Live After Death so much, like on my fucking Walkman or whatever. That every time I hear a song, I hear the in between bits between the songs. So you got the scream to me long, but I always hear that.
It's
It's like,
classic now.
this is called The Rhyme of the Ancient Man in this one, and like this is Revelations, and I kind of hear that whenever I hear the song.
First song I ever heard by Maiden was "Can I Play with Madness?" because I saw the music video on Kerrang.
Yeah, great video.
That's what got me into Maiden. Then I heard
Last
Killers.
performance by Graham
First
Chapman,
album,
wasn't
and
it?
then
Before he
Oh,
died.
was it? Oh, right.
Yeah,
I was in that.
I heard Number of the Beast.
yeah.
Yeah, it was.
It was
Some of the
actually
big
Live
ones,
After
huh?
Death poster that got me into Maiden. Like a lot of things with Maiden, it's the artwork that draws you in.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing the poster, and that's what got me into Maiden. And actually, Somewhere in Time come out. But with Life After Death, it was quite a funny story. I actually was going to do shopping for my mum, and I actually spent the shopping money on a cassette of Life After Death.
What? I hope you got a whooping, boy. I hope you got a good whooping.
I got into trouble, but it was worth it.
Yeah, Graham. We didn't get to my top three.
The rest of the
Oh,
top five.
right.
Go
Oh,
back
right.
to it. We're riffing off it, mate. We're riffing off it. We're riffing off it.
Yeah.
We thought Iron Maiden's good to talk about.
So, yeah, Iron Maiden is amazing, but it's not in my top five. Sorry.
No.
Oh, what's in your
So
top five?
number three was Saint Vitus, Born Too Late. No,
Right.
yeah, number four. Sorry, number four.
Right.
Yeah, I got to see St. Vitus 2017 actually on my mate's birthday,
Yeah.
Amazing band.
and got
Amazing.
drunk and had work the next day.
I don't know if I've got any St. Vitus albums. I don't think I have.
I don't have them final actually, but
I don't think I've got any.
None of this
Well,
stuff.
let me introduce you to the best album. Like, I'm sure you can find this one to play, Graham. Saint Vitus, Born Too Late.
Yeah, I know the song.
I was born.
definitely heard that song.
You'll be strike to death.
I don't know if I had the album, if I heard it on a compilation, or what. I'm not too
Oh,
sure.
it's like the Doom anthem.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah,
I think you should play it.
with
I should play it. You
oh,
have
what's
to
the-
get a copyright strike and play
Of
it.
course you will.
Yeah, we'll
Dave
Can I-
Chandler's my mate. He'll be right about it.
What's the guitarist's name from St. Vitus? I
Dave
can't
Chandler.
remember.
Dave Chandler.
Hey Chandler.
That's it. I had a picture of him.
Unique sound, totally unique sound.
I had a picture of the guitarist from St. Vitus. Cool guy.
Funny enough, like my favourite album, I don't really have a favourite album, but I was always partial to the V album.
Yeah,
Five.
the V
For some
album's
reason,
amazing.
like I know it's not really a massively popular one, but I love that album.
We used to cover Living Backwards, which was the
Yeah,
first
I
album.
think
I love their
Jack
first album.
Frost, Petra. I love that album.
Yeah.
What about St. Vitus' first album? Did anyone like that?
Oh, I like the old singer.
The
Yeah,
debut
yeah.
album.
Their self-titled one, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
every Saint Vitus album is amazing.
Can't
Yeah,
go wrong
yeah.
with St. Vitus, so there you go. Yeah.
We
I think
did,
about
a,
songs on
we did
guitar.
an interview in Germany for this. I think it's a book that's going to be published.
Compiling a book of, well, it might have been stalled with
COVID and shit.
the last year of him not travelling, but he was trying to put together a book of all different underground bands with different anecdotes and stories that relating, sort of St. Vitus related, and the influence that they've had on all these bands that have discovered them probably later. I mean, Sealey's quite the exception. Like he was listening to them in sort of in the night, maybe even in the 90s, whereas a lot of us discovered them after they officially split up, you know, years later. So So yeah, just we did an interview quite a while, weren't we? Did quite a long interview, and went into a bit of the background sort of influence on us and stuff.
Yeah.
I think my favourite Doom bands, like I like Doom, but like I'm not like I'm like a jack of all trades. I don't know like a fucking anyone. I love thrash, I love death metal, I love Doom, and I fucking a bit of black metal. Maybe black metal is my least favourite, but like bands I like from the Doom was like Revelation and Solitude Eternus, Penance, and Dream Death. Although Dream Death aren't quite. Yeah, Candlemass.
Dream Death now.
Fucking Journey. Is it Journey to Mystery?
Journey to Mystery, yeah.
It's fucking awesome. I fucking bought that.
It's like Crack Doom, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It's fucking great. And I saw them.
Doom.
Yeah, Back from the Dead and all that kind of shit, and like Dream Death. Did you get the most recent albums as well? It's a few years ago now. They brought out a couple of albums more recently. Yeah,
I saw them open live.
Wow, that's good. And I saw Penance. Penance wasn't as good, I don't think, as Dream Death.
Yeah, but we fucking turned up on this late flight, and I only saw the last 10 minutes of Penance's set. I was good.
I bet, man.
We did see Dream Death though. We did see Dream Death when I went, and it was like a early afternoon set, so we were over from the previous day, just like
typical Iron Void fashion.
Trying to watch them like this. Like,
well, going back, I was going to say about Candlemass. Well, we got this one.
First two albums are just fucking masterful.
Nightfall, we saw them play at Netherlands 2017. They played this in its entirety. It was fucking amazing.
I've kind of got like a discovery story for Candlemass. I love Asian Dreams. The first one I bought. I know people didn't rate that one, but because the first one I bought, I'd never tire of it. I'll always.
My favourite era of Candlemass is Messiah Malcolm.
Yeah, Colin. Yeah.
I mean,
a bit of Dream.
The vocals.
Yeah, Nightfall was amazing. But I love the first album. I think I have to probably pick the first album as my favourite.
It's amazing, it really is. But I think Nightfall just tips it for me.
Yeah,
Did they not have an album called King of the Grey Islands or something like that?
Yeah,
I mean, I am grey, ruler of these grey islands.
I think I'm going to say something controversial.
What?
For me,
that was when
Candlemass Dactylmis Glomerata is their pinnacle.
Okay.
It was all right. They were a bit more experimental, weren't they, with that album?
Simply for the fact it doesn't sound like a Candlemass song.
It does sound
Candlemass
album
track or anything like that.
I like it though.
Me and Elric both like. Was it Black Tears? Is it what's the one with the Black Tears? Julie Laughs No More. Is it called 5? 6? Is it 6?
Yeah, I think it's a really underrated album.
Is it Black Tears on the song, or Black Eyes, or something like that? And also Julie Laughs No
More and Temple of the Damned. I mean, it's a really underrated album, that one.
Here's a picture with him with Messiah Malcolm in it. So there you go.
Yeah, they're great.
I saw him. What was the band he did afterwards? He was in Stillborn for a while, wasn't he? And sure there was another band that he was in. Because I remember him playing in London. He liked to get his stomach out and go and smack his stomach. Mentamora. Yeah. Because everyone would go, "You fat bastard!" And him and Gene Oldham, they loved it. They was like, "Yeah, we're fucking fat. So what?" You know. And would get his stomach out. To get his stomach out. Yeah. Anyone fancy a bit of Cathedral Live?
Yeah,
cool.
We've got the strike now. So.
I know, fucking. But don't worry, because I'm going to get at least 10 Patreon subscribers from this feed, and that'll support. That'll cover me for my not getting any. I was only going to get. It's not so much the fact I'm losing 15p from adverts.
Man, just say we love Cathedral.
We do love Cathedral. Exactly.
I was going to say that if they looked at how many hits it got. And then took that off the revenue, and said, "Look, if this guy's just posting people's videos, we'll ban him." Yeah. But if you've done a 3-hour podcast and they just you can't have the money from the song rather than banning the video, that'd be a better way of doing it. But
It's not so much
reason with them.
Yeah, it's not so much the 15p. It's more the fact that I'm worried that a cumulative effect of like added copyright. Yeah, they might say, "Oh, your channel's fucked. You're off." You know.
Yeah,
that's not worried. But I think this is like a live thing. I don't think I ever got like tagged, so I think I might be alright by playing this live. We'll see.
How you doing, Bristow? We're so honoured to be here at the last minute. But his last that goes out to Mr. Ronnie James Dio. We're going to pick him up. This is a song entitled Utopia Black, so we need to...
Use your shoulders and a handy elbow rest. I know you're not even. What do you think of the band? Shine.
Huggy Bear! Oh, yeah!
Oh dear. that was a bit long, wasn't it? Let's just get rid of this backdrop that I've got over. Oh man. Oh yeah. That was the shittiest filming ever. I hadn't watched that for ages, and I'm watching it now. There was not a single coherent piece of film in there. I'm talking over. I kind of thought, should I stop it? Oh my god! But yeah,
right,
the sound wasn't bad. Bad. My backing vocals was the best part, though. Obviously.
Oh yeah. I was out there. That one. That was good.
Yeah.
Where was that?
Bloodstock.
Sorry. Bloodstock, yeah.
Bloodstock 2010.
Bloodstock 2010, yeah.
Terrible
film.
I was there.
Was you there?
Yeah, that was my first ever one.
Yeah.
That was my first one as well, actually.
Even though it did piss down the first day we got on the first day.
Yeah. Yeah, Cathedral always had, I've seen Cathedral so many fucking times now. I saw him with Solstice one time at the fucking, can't remember the name of the fucking venue now in London. When Solstice is because Solstice used to go through a lot of different singers, didn't they?
Yeah,
they went for so many different singers. I think they had an American guy at that particular point. Yeah. It was just after the Halcyon came out, I think.
Realised he lived in America, and I don't know. Yeah, they've had quite a few. Didn't they have one that joined for 1 gig, 2 gigs or something? And Sealey knows more about the changes than maybe.
We had them play in my venue once. They played at my venue once. So the is it Rich? Did you not see that? whatever his name is. I've heard. I mean, we don't want to get into it because like it may lead to. But yeah, I'm sure you're guessing what I'm talking about. I've heard he can be a difficult chap.
Character.
Well, I can, but not on that level. That's all I can say, really. I mean, the music was never been the issue. I knew Dark Age with Hamish on guitar was.
Yeah.
You know, if I'd just listened to that and not had any other info about him, I would have probably been a fan. But it's like with a lot of British bands, you know, like the Germans really like them, but they're not in the Snooty Fox. Like when they're playing a gig to 3 people, they come over and it's a big event, you know. So they maybe if they were a bit closer to it, shall we say, they might know some of the stories that are going around about things that have happened. But
yeah.
They've got a female singer now, I believe.
Have they?
I'm not sure. I know Andy shaved his head. I saw a video of Andy with shaved because he went bald and just shaved his hair off. But
they got a female singer now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Pearl Divine have as well, though, haven't they? They changed sound a bit, and it's a bit of a strange sound on the new one. But
they're
one. It could be 2 years old now. But
Pearl Divine, have they got a track called Serpent's Path?
Yeah.
That's the only song I know by them, but I fucking love that song. I think it was on the Miskatonic, the one that the guy from Solstice, he had a label, didn't he? Miskatonic Records for a while, didn't he? And he did a sampler or a compilation, and that was on there, and I fucking loved that from there. Also, the band that I discovered in there that I fucking loved. Oh man, I'm gonna forget the name now. I'm delaying for time, but the really fucking heavy band who ended up becoming Sunno. Or Sun, whatever it was.
Thor's Hammer.
Who?
Thor's Hammer.
No, not Thor's Hammer. Fucking brain! Why have you let me down at this crucial fucking point? Yeah. Who? No, no, fuck it, bollocks and shite. Quick, change the subject. It will pop in my head in about an hour's time. No, it definitely wasn't Def Leppard.
The Solstice guys' grindcore band, Sore Throat. Do you remember them?
Yeah.
Completely music, like fucking awesome, just ridiculous.
Yeah, the less said about that, the better.
I love it's like a Discharge rip-off, isn't it? You know.
Well, I had a band named Solstice. I think it was the death thrash metal band from fucking Florida. You know that one.
Yeah.
Great guitar sound on that album, though, unhindered by talent. I quite like it. Even though it's kind of ridiculous, but Graham's still thinking, look at him.
Oh man, it's fucking killing me now. Normally this is the name that pops something witch or witch something. I'm sure it's got something to do with witches. They're like
Burning Witch.
Burning Witch, that's the motherfuckers. I love Burning Witch.
Burning Witch, great, man.
Burning Witch. Oh man, fucking awesome.
I remember when I was
nasty.
I was in the band with a drummer at one point.
There's an episode, isn't there, an alcohol-related episode with that where I branded him a fascist.
Who's a fascist?
Well, I thought he wasn't that night. And
oh, right.
I was in a band called Tomb, Jamie. Yeah. And Russ, who was the second drummer in Iron Void, we did this band called Tomb for a while.
Yeah, he moved to America, didn't he? Yeah.
Oh, right.
He's from Leeds originally, though.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that. I saw him when I can't remember the guy who was like the main man as far as I know, but he went to Sun, didn't he? The Sun now.
Right.
Yeah, Steve O'Malley.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Was he's not originally from Leeds, is he?
No, Jamie is though.
Right, okay. I don't think they had a drummer when I saw them. I think they didn't have a drummer. I don't think they had a drummer when I saw them. It was just like
not Sunno, but Burning Witch.
Burning Witch. Oh, okay.
And Greg Anderson were both in
Burning Witch. That fucking Burning Witch. The EP. Oh man, it's fucking awesome. I can't remember what it's called now. I'm fucking, as usual, my brain's letting me down at that crucial moment. Crippled Lucifer. That's right. Yeah, Crippled Lucifer. We've like something place. One of the tracks is called something place. I can't remember now. Lower place. Yeah. Oh man, my brain is letting me down at this crucial moment.
That is fucking true fucking Doom, man.
Oh man, it's fucking evil, isn't it? It's really
Yeah.
It's the most evil
Play
fucking
that.
Doom you'd ever fucking
Play
hear.
that.
And like, other than Wreck of the Hesperus, have you heard Wreck of the Hesperus from Ireland? They're fucking like they're kind of same sort of level, but maybe a bit more Death Doom in there. But they're really fucking torturous as well.
Not heard of them,
No, Wreck of the Hesperus.
Yeah,
You
not
have to
heard
send me a
of
link, man.
I'll have to. Yeah, I might
send me a link on that one and I'll check them out.
I might have to dig that out.
Link.
I've
I
got.
think I had a CD of theirs once.
I've got Synvitus live somewhere. If you guys want to check that out.
Yeah,
man.
Can I just say?
No, what were you yelling on?
National Acrobat!
What is it? What is it? Damn straight!
Oh yeah,
it was just
How good was that?
Amazing.
the fill at the end. I mean, I think that's what I'm missing about live bands, really. Because I mean, you could have just recorded that and just gone. But there's no reason to go. I can do that. I'll do that for you because I can.
Where's that live?
It sounds freaking awesome, you know.
Yeah. Where is that live?
I don't, I'm not even sure. I think it even says in the fucking. I've actually deleted it now, so I'm not even sure.
Saint Fighters here in Bristol at the Exchange in 2017 on my mate's birthday, and that was the last song they played.
Right, yeah, it's like an encore song, isn't it? Really.
I literally got to the front and started singing, and I was expecting like he was doing some of the crowd, just letting some people sing into the mic. He didn't do it.
Yeah. I've seen with Wino as well, so I've seen with bass singers. That's pretty cool.
I missed them at Damnation 2014, so that's the as well.
Were you there, Sealey? Is that the one that we went to? I can't remember.
Yeah, it was.
I think we were there. I have to ask my carer. Were we there?
Oh man, I know that feeling.
Anyway, guys, I'm going to head off. So
yeah, is that what you're trying to say before I accidentally press play?
Yeah, I was going to head off after the track.
Yeah.
But nice to meet you guys, and if you want to send me some MP3s or whatever to my show,
my email's there. So
yeah. Cheers, guys.
Yeah. See you later, mate.
Later.
Yeah.
Elric, and thanks for checking out my chat.
Yeah.
No worries.
Well, we'll probably fucking end it soon. Anyway, I've done all my fucking beers, man. It's like I've got 4 fucking dead zombies there, man. It's like, it's like, what's the point now? It's like, you might just go to sleep,
Well, I'm going to the Griffin on the 25th of May, so I'm going to buy some takeaway beers when I'm there.
Is that for the Battle of the Bands?
Oh no! I mean that was the mates on the 25th of May next week.
All right. Well, for any particular reason, just going there anyway, just for the sake of it.
What? Well, my mate's wife booked a table.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Cool, but not for a gig, just for
actual tape.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I tried to get a record of the Hesperus, and it's like 40 minutes long. They didn't have anything other than the whole album, so it's kind of like sludge, like Funeral Doom.
Long.
Yeah, it's a bit too long. Actually, I might dig out another one, which I quite like. Well, maybe then fuck off unless everyone wants to fuck off now. I mean, I'm easy, but
I'm easy.
There's a band called Quercus, Funeral Doom band.
Some Funeral Doom.
You know these guys, Quercus?
We can close on that, yeah.
Because
never heard of them, but I'm keen to hear.
I kind of like them
like,
because they're really fucking weird. They're so I can find an individual track rather than the whole album because I can't get the whole album. They're like Funeral Doom, but with church organ.
Oh, that's the band you're on about. Okay.
Yeah, I've mentioned them before, and I don't know. They popped into my head.
I didn't know what band you're on about. Yeah, I didn't know.
I need to find not the whole fucking album. Everything's the whole album.
But I can think of.
Mate, right? Yeah, this is the one I've mentioned them before because they've got a track called "Illegible Tree Name."
I think I know the name. Workers.
Illegible Tree Name, which is like a piss take on like the black metal logos. I think the old logos that look like trees.
Similar to them is Skepticism from Finland.
Yeah, we mentioned him before. That's right. Yeah, I think you mentioned him before.
I got to see Skepticism February last year at FinFest. So that was
cool. So let's have before we maybe we'll play out of this or something. But anything you guys want to say about your band, about the future, what's coming up before we bugger off?
We're just gonna work on this music video. I think that's the next thing we're working on, and then the album's gonna come out next year at some point. There will be another surprise somewhere.
Yeah, and we're still rehearsing just because, just to keep fit, really, because obviously if we don't, then we'll probably get taken by surprise and they'll bring gigs back and we'll be...
Yeah, you're not ready for it.
So. Yeah,
we're prepared. We are keenly looking for gigs in the meantime, though.
Yep, if we can, yep. Starting to look for more gigs, and hopefully even like smaller ones as well. I quite like the Griffin was a really small gig, but it was one that I remember from that tour. Really small room, but the video popped up on Facebook the other last week, and we had a couple of tracks from it.
Right.
Yeah, quite a good gig.
Cool. Right. Super. This fucking thing wouldn't fit because it's over 2 minutes. He won't let you go put a track on over 10 minutes. I'm gonna try and share it a different way and see if it would actually work. Actually, I'm not sure if it will, but we'll give it a try, and you can let me know if I've completely fucked it up. But let's just let's have a look. Window. Oh, actually, I need to open the bloody thing first. It's all.
See if it comes on.
See if I can find. Yeah, see if I can get this bugger to come on. This. Well, let's just go. Yeah, it's the appliance of science. It's no. Maybe if I try sharing the entire screen, let's see what happens. It might get a bit weird. Let's just see. Let's open this and see if it plays.
Right, it's not.
You see that?
You know, it's not as if you've got too many tabs open. I mean, that can sometimes affect it, but you've only got one or two. So, you know.
Yeah. Can you hear that?
Yeah.
Just about.
It's coming through, stuttering.
turns into blood. Look towards us in the night, hoping for resurrection. In the moonlit woods, ruin turns into vengeance.
Yeah.
So that was a short one.
That was fucking ace.
Yeah, that was just fucking atmospheric as anything.
I'm on ambient lighting now. It looks like my identity's been shielded. Like when they do the news reports, I just change lights. Yeah.
From an obscure black metal band and everything.
Who hurt you, Steve?
Who hurt you, Steve?
My voice has been disguised for security purposes. Yeah, I think we've lost Sealey. I think he may have called it a day.
Yeah, he's gone.
On to bigger and better things.
And I think Gray's talking, but we can't hear him.
Yeah, he may be muted.
I thought I'd turn that fucking off mute. I knew it was on mute, and I thought I'd turned it off, but no, it's fucking deliberate. I've just said the most amazing things ever. But let's put it this way: I just literally, wow, it was amazing things that I just said. You missed it all.
Never hear him again.
It was really, really interesting stuff that I just said.
That was fun.
Yeah, that was cool.
Asking where they were from. Yeah,
Czechia. Yeah. That was
Czech Republic, and then formerly known as Czechoslovakia.
Yeah, basically, yeah. But yeah, that was an illegible tree name, which I'm assuming can only be a piss take of all the blinking logos that look like trees that black metal bands do.
That was awesome. I love the sound band live, actually.
The church organ's fucking immense.
The TikTok as well, was that like the passage of time? Like they were aware of how long it was dragging on? They were doing on the joke. Like,
that was the shortest one.
Guitar,
that's like, just the metronome coming through, isn't it?
On a guitar, like when the keyboards were playing that. Was that like a guitarist doing that on a guitar?
Oh, no, man. I think that was the shortest track. So I dig that. I really dig that.
Well, I'm looking at the album, and
it's one of those ones I listened to a few times. You soak it in. It's just so fucking.
The track. I'm looking at their album on Metal Archive. The shortest track on that album is 6 minutes and 49 seconds.
Right. There was a shorter one. Never mind. I found the 10 minutes and whatever it was song. Yeah.
There's 10 minutes and 55 seconds, or 10 minutes and 22 seconds.
Yeah, it shows the third longest or whatever, shortest.
Well, the longest one on there is 22 minutes.
22 minutes. I could have played a canticle for the pipe organ. That would have dragged on a little bit.
Oh yeah, 22 minute one.
We'll still be listening to that one now if I played that one. Anyway, we might as well bag off. I've drunk my beers. Sealey's bagging off because he's had enough. You guys have turned the lights out because you're ready for bed.
Yeah. No.
Anyway, cheers for coming on, fellas.
All right, thanks. Thanks for having us. It's been first video cast gone quite well. There's Albert Fish in the background, just presiding as well.
Albert Fish, you got Albert Fish up there.
You see his Church of Misery poster, so we've got them all on there.
Oh, cool. His children's favourite dish.
We've got Ed Gein and Manson as well, and
I've kind of got like a sort of connection with Albert Fish because my channel is the Grey Man, and that was his nickname, wasn't it? The Grey Man was Albert Fish's nickname. Yeah. Also, a band called Cannibal Accident did an album recently, and I won a contest to do like a voiceover, and it was like the letter that Albert Fish wrote to Grace Budd's mother. And I kind of did the voiceover for that. So that's kind of like a bit of a connection. But I've never ate any children. Or at least not all of them.
No.
Not all of them anyway. Maybe
they think he did. They think he did. He probably did. Well, just to end, there's just a thought to end on. Our previous drummer, Richard, was... he used to work in serious crime. Like, he was a detective. So I presumably he was a... police for a year or two when he started, and then he went into the detective in the office. And he said to me, he said he can't name names or anything, but he did say that 9 out of 10 sort of offences like that, like anything to do with any rape or any allegation like that, 9 out of 10 don't get to court because of lack of evidence. We were driving from a gig, and I was like giving him a lift. We got talking about his previous job. So if you've got to court, they're 90% sure you did it before you get to court. And that's from an ex-detective. So he probably did it, didn't he? If you got as far as court,
yeah.
And he even making the story with the roast potatoes. Yeah, it's bad. So yeah,
you've lost me, man. You've lost me. Who had roast potatoes?
I was Albert. Albert
Oh right, yeah. I think Albert Fish definitely did it. Yeah,
he did it. Yeah, he did it. So
he
he's
was
90% guilty before he even got to the.
Yeah, he wrote fucking letters to his victim's mum and stuck pins in his fucking ball bag for fucking weird blinking sexual pleasures or something.
They got New York to lock the doors, really, didn't he? So yeah.
Yeah, he was a strange old
He was a strange old man.
Yeah, he was one disturbed motherfucker, basically. Anyway, cheers for coming on. And when you get your video sorted, how did we get onto that? We started off talking about pop music, and we've gone on to Albert Fish. I don't know, infant cannibalism. I don't know how we got there, but yeah, that happens on our heavy metal hangouts. But yeah, cheers for coming on. If you want to come on anytime, like, you haven't even got to fucking book it in advance. If you happen to be around next Friday, and I haven't got too many people in, just fucking say, hey, drop me a link, and you can pop on anytime. Basically, talk about whatever the fuck we want to talk about. Like, Anyway, I'm kind of pissed now, and I need to go and have some dinner because it's 12:30 and I've not eaten yet. So yeah, let's go and have some dinner. Cheers for coming on. Check out my podcast. Check out my podcast. Fucking sub up I Am Void. The link is down below. All their links are down there in the blog.
And give me Patreon.
Yeah, sub up my Patreon. Yeah, if you've got fucking $1 to spare, you get an extra exclusive podcast every month if you sign up to my Patreon. Jake, why have you not signed up to my Patreon yet, you slag?
I'm a slag.
Anyway, cheers for coming, guys. Talk to you soon.
Okay,
see you next week.